doing that because I want to take long showers with you assholes.
Ain't you them kids that have been quacking off in my tool shed?
By a bunch of fucking ice holes like yourself.
Yeah, listen, you ought to ditch the geeks in the car with, not get in with us, but that's all right. We'll worry about that later.
Oh my God, there's 100 morons in my basement.
It's you. Hurry.
Lollygaggers. Down dogs have struck again.
Real freak.
No, they could be a lot worse.
Why did you kiss my ear? Why are you holding my hand? Where's your other hand? Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
4 of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas, looking for strippers and cocaine.
1, 2, 3, Transformers!
Live from Scott's parents' basement, this is the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast.
Yeah, we're back live this week, the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast, NFL Draft Week, the second biggest week, next to what LeBron's going to say next. I think, right? Something like that. I don't know. It's a holiday.
It's Aubrey Huff.
Yeah, or Aubrey Huff. One of those two. So, like we started every week, what did you guys do this past week? Ed, what did you do this past week?
What did I do this last week? You know, I watched quite a bit of television over the weekend. I was, I usually don't watch a lot of TV, so I was flipping through the regular channels, and I finally come across. Did you ever see that show to Catch a Predator? so I'm watching this thing, and so they got this huge room filled with it's like hundreds of predators, like child molesters and wife beaters and drug addicts. And I'm like, wow, this is going to be one hell of an episode. And then a guy comes out and he goes, the Oscar for Best Picture is, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm on what the?
Oh my God. I was wondering where that was going. It's just crazy. I don't have anything clever to say like that this week. I had a good weekend. A lot of yard work. Still trying to thaw out a little bit from playing Twilight Golf late yesterday. Which
Holy crap, dude!
Yeah, the 6 holes were okay, but the last 3 I couldn't feel anything. Like Logan and I were just frozen. But it was fun anyway. So yeah, that's about it for me. And Scott, how was your weekend?
It was just
we're just trying to breathe.
It was this Christopher Lloyd imitation.
I think, hey, he's breathing. He's breathing, everybody.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
That might have been our best intro
I think
ever.
we should just leave it there to tell you the truth.
I got nothing else to say. I mean,
That's
really,
a wrap. And in closing,
I got to I babysat a lot this weekend.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
still
nice.
call it that.
My weekend was fairly quiet also. Nothing special. Just got to go to Las Mariachis, have El Padrino tacos.
Yeah, those look
I
good.
sent you guys a picture of them.
Yeah,
looked very good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm still
started-
pushing the El Padrinos.
Yeah, I started salivating at that picture. The one of the food was good too.
Yeah, I was gonna say which one.
That was a new pose I tried for you guys.
Yeah, that
You guys
one was
liked it?
Like this.
It was
Just
like
the intro.
It was like the Italian beef combo. I thought.
That's great. You really are a funny guy.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
So speaking
That's
of
what she said.
speaking of El Padrino, let's start with this night. Trevor Bauer and Fernando Tatis this last week had a little argument or a little spat or whatever. So Trevor Bauer, I believe in spring training, pitched with one eye closed against the Dodgers or whatever, and then Tatis had I think the stat was the first visiting player to hit 5 home runs in a 3-game series at Dodger Stadium ever.
It's crazy.
Ever. And Barry Bonds played there a lot.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
ever. So 5 home runs in the weekend. And after he hit one of his home runs, Tatis rounded the bases with one hand over his eye. Trevor Bauer came up before this other thing came out and said, hey, I have no problem with that, man. We should have a good time. This is what it's about. He hit the ball. It is what it is. Well, the next night, a video came out where Tatis looked like he was peeking at the signs. And then it was a little Twitter war back and forth. And the final picture sent by Fernando Tatis was him holding a baby with Trevor Bauer's face on it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the gist of the whole thing. And it was a pretty funny baseball-wise. I'm surprised. I actually watched the game. Just started that game. I made sure I tuned in last night. I actually didn't, the Bucks game wasn't started yet. And I turned it on because I thought for sure he was going to get hit the first pitch, and he did not get hit. And he had a 4-hit game or 3-hit game, 4 runs scored, 2 stolen bases, another home run last night. So I can't believe we really didn't come in and hit him later, or at some point someone come in. But I have a funny feeling they were warned before the game and said, anybody throws at anybody, you're suspended. It's done. Doesn't matter.
That, and I actually saw there was another tweet from Bauer just talking in reference about hitting, he goes, so he's totally against that. He doesn't want,
that's what he said. I'm sorry. That's what it was.
So maybe they're setting a new culture there and setting a new tone where it's like, hey, we're having fun. It's a great rivalry. We're talking some trash. We're having a good time. He even said, he goes, if a batter hits a home run off me, they should be able to celebrate and kind of, have some fun or whatever. I'm not going to go after them the next time I pitch against them. So maybe it's a new tone, which I think is a good thing. I'm not a big fan of throwing at batters. I think that's crazy.
Well, Tatis also had another record. He's got 9 errors in his first 15 games of a season.
Crap, really?
That's the most.
Wow.
Since 1983.
He's piling up records.
Jeez, all kinds.
Jeez.
In the head-to-head league, he's hitting your 5 home runs and 9 errors. Holy cow.
Yeah.
You're screwed, I think. I don't know.
So that was the Trevor Bauer Tatis Major League Baseball controversy of the week. Hop is asking if you saw about Hosmer and Bauer, and I did not. Nothing about
I did not either.
So
nothing.
I was going to ask Hop, in college, if a guy would have peeked in and took a look at your signs, and I don't know if that's exactly what happened. It might be just the way he's, they just caught him in a picture,
Well, Hop would hit somebody if they would bunt single against him, probably.
Yeah. Especially,
You're not supposed to be bunting now.
It's the first inning, you jerk. But I was wondering, I've thrown a little bit. I would stick a guy in the side for that, for sure.
Hit him right in the ham hocks.
No questions asked, but I don't know if that picture, it's hard to tell because when you take a picture that quick, it could have been just him, wiping his head or, you don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
if they get him 4 or 5 times and you're seeing that's what he's doing consistently, he deserves to get hurt.
But it was a ball in the outside half that he did yank out in the left. He did pull it out. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, you got.
And Hop just answered yes, he would hit him.
Yeah.
So
for Hop, they would put the shift behind the catcher. 4 guys behind the
shift behind the catcher.
So yeah, that's the one baseball story to this week. We start with that one. The other thing I want to bring up, and it seems like every week we're talking about something like this, but I can't not pass this up. So LeBron James was back in the news this week, and the news was unfortunately a 16-year-old was shot in Columbus, Ohio, and right after it happened, he posted a picture of the police officer on Twitter and said, "You're next," with an hourglass, and then I believe the hashtag was accountability. I've got, but where do you guys feel about that? I mean, before the story came out and you saw the video of what actually happened, what do you guys think about the whole situation with, I mean, I don't know. What is your guys' take on that, of what happened?
Well, okay, so this is the one with the stabbing, and
yes.
And so the cop shot and stopped the stabbing.
Yes.
And people's opinions are all over the place, which I think some of them are absolutely ridiculous. Some people saying just let it happen. Like, are you kidding me? What is a cop is supposed to let that happen? Just turn a blind eye and stay out of that neighborhood? Is that what's next at this point? So I think all that's ridiculous, and we could probably talk for forever on it. LeBron's comments that's unspeakably horrible. And he tried to take it down, and I don't know what, and he's not in a right mind. He doesn't live in the same world we do if he thinks something like that. I think it's ridiculous.
Like in your little gated area that you live in,
Exactly.
Yeah, it's easy to say that when you live in a neighborhood with all white people around you, gated with special security.
Isn't that what Huff
yeah. He doesn't understand what it's like to live in those areas.
Sure. And I think he should be suspended. I really do. I mean,
yeah, and that's the sad thing about it.
He's garbage.
Nothing will be done.
Stay in his lane, right?
Yeah.
A new guy, a guy that I've been actually watching a lot of, and I think he is becoming an incredible voice of reason for all this stuff, is Marcellus Wiley. You can catch him a lot on ESPN. And this is what he had to say about it. Who in the hell is looking at the situation any different? Wiley asked about the shooting in Ohio that James responded to. The cop had an impossible choice, which is to save a life. I'm going to have to take a life. And it's just that simple. Like, I get where we want to say, but this happened over here, but that ain't this. I'm talking about right here. Here is the best part of the whole thing, that I believe is the quote in the whole thing. This is perfect, and what he says, and I think it's funny because when you see this stuff, it's actually the perfect sentence or whatever, or just kind of sums it up. Basically, the system is so broken, but a black kid from Akron, Ohio, from a single mom that moved around a lot. He had a tough young life. I don't know about tough, but his mom was a good lady. It sounded like everybody took care of her. He's a billionaire in America. So if the system was broken, that would not be allowed to happen, right? I mean, that's my feeling. This is what Marcellus Wiley said. He said it allowed you to become a billionaire and never get arrested. Okay. So he's part of it. If you take, there is some terrible stuff that happens in this country that's just wrong, and we know it, and we're not going to pretend to lie about it. But the situations they're starting to speak of more and more are just the soapbox needs to be put away on a lot of these ones, because it's just cut and dry, very cut and dry in the situation. If my daughter's about to get stabbed by somebody, I hope to God someone shoots the person trying to stab her. I hate to say it. It's just terrible. She was 16. I understand that. It's a bad situation all around. But to say the cop should be fired and then he took it down. And the reason he took it down, then he explains, it gets deeper and goes, well, because it was starting to show people talk about hate. And he basically still backed up he used better wording to back up what he was still saying. It was insane. It was the craziest thing I ever saw. So I agree with Eric a lot. The NBA needs to look at this, but they won't. They won't. It's no big deal. It really isn't. It's no big deal to them. They're gonna allow them to do it. They're gonna maybe give them a call and say, hey, watch what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. You know, the old smack on the wrist and move on. But let's flip it. And it's a player like Luka Doncic that came out and says this. Well, that girl deserved to die because she was gonna stab somebody. What would happen to Luka Doncic, you think? I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't know. Maybe nothing, because he's another star in the league. Maybe nothing happens to him either. I'm just saying. And I'm not saying, what if it's nobody deserves to die? I'm taking that back. It just was the situation you put yourself in and put somebody else in that had to make a decision. And I'm sure that cop loved to have to shoot a kid. I mean, it's just people think that these people. It's just crazy to me. And there's other situations that happen. Okay. We're not talking about that one. That's the problem with LeBron. We're talking like Marcellus Wiley are. We're talking about this one, right? You can't, everything can't be, you can't connect the dots on everything. I'm sorry to say this is totally opposite of anything that's happened in the last 2 years. We can bring up 10 other cases and have whatever, but this is totally different. This is cut and dry, right? You guys agree with that? I mean,
I don't think you're going to get any argument at this table from what you're saying right now. Yeah, LeBron, figure out what you're saying before. I mean, look at all the facts. Look at the whole situation before you go ahead and just post something stupid. And maybe I almost hope that LeBron, after he posted, was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I didn't collect all the facts, so I should take this tweet down. But who knows? LeBron's got he's got kind of a history right now of being a schmuck.
He's a human. He could have overreacted on this whole thing here. Yeah. Give him a little bit of benefit of the doubt there, but still, he did a lot of backtracking on what he said there. So
and how about apologize to the cops picture he put on
there?
There we go. Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
That's a
first thing, man.
And how is he not banned from Twitter?
For
making a terroristic threat.
That's a whole different story. We don't understand that. The understanding is totally weird.
There's certain people in this country that have been banned for, saying rah, 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 whatever.
Well, just recently, the guy who put out the tape of the CNN guy, and I'm wearing, but talking about, and it was actually not even, the guy didn't write nothing. He put a video on that was the guy talking. He didn't do anything. He just put a video on.
Veritas,
and he was kicked off of Twitter also. So
he's banned for putting the truth up of.
I can't remember what
of
they called it, but
video,
they said they used some fancy terms to tell me that's why it's
But
not on there anymore.
A guy like LeBron who has probably I don't know Twitter.
I'm
He's
gonna
got millions of followers.
I'm gonna tell you, LeBron has more reach than any president and will ever have. He has more reach than most people in this country, besides Michael Jordan, because he's way better. But if we're talking about reach and how many people people see your account, I'm gonna tell you right now, LeBron James is up there and he's way higher than a politician.
Well, maybe not like Trump, but I mean, I'm
going to tell you right now, he gets oversee people because people just
true.
Yeah, people. Well, now, especially now.
Well, yeah, Trump's got 0 now.
Oh yeah, so you guys agree with that?
But this
LeBron's going out there and you're molding young kids into this thing about and.
But how does he
it's not making it better? It's not helping anything. It just makes people madder and madder from every angle. It doesn't matter. I don't care who you are, where you live, what you got, blah, blah, blah. It makes you mad at some level or upset because, like, why are we doing this every single day? And I know the answer could be, well, because this happens a lot. Okay, but we're talking about this situation right now where it was told. Here's the problem I had with it. It was put out there before there was any facts of the case. If that video came out and showed the cop was totally wrong, this girl was just standing, he just shot her, and unfortunately, then he'd be right. But once again, he was guessing. He didn't know. He did not know what happened in the situation. Then the video comes out, and that's when the tweet came down.
So did he leave home in that morning and just hid in those bushes, hoping something was going to happen so he could shoot somebody? That's what I'm guessing.
Well,
they're saying.
like I said, it
doesn't make any sense. I mean, he was called to that location, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah,
for violent crime that was in process when he arrived.
Yeah,
and he had to make a split-second decision with the limited amount of information
and
he was
if you watch
given.
the video, he didn't even come out with his gun out of his thing. He came out just trying to, relax, and then the whole thing happened. I mean, that's
right.
And that's all I'm gonna say. He didn't come out like right away and just started pointing. He wasn't like an Old West kind of guy when he got out.
Yeah.
He was trying to. But after that, you can watch the video yourself and find out if you really want to. That's up to you. Make your own decision.
So the point I was going to make. So Ed, you sent I think a little message to us a couple weeks ago or this last week about the NBA and how far they've dropped in viewership.
Yes.
So do you think tweets like this is helping them at all?
No, and
no,
and I don't understand what
it doesn't.
Twitter's stance is on one of their most retweeted guys or follower guys making terroristic threats. What's their official response? Have they even responded to this?
They won't. I mean,
why not?
He has 49.6 million followers on Twitter.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And that's, I mean,
so he just sent out again, I keep saying it, terroristic threats, threatening some man's life for doing his job without all the information.
And that's the thing, because what they're going to do is they'll flip it. And we all know what he meant. Okay. He didn't mean the guy to be, he meant you're next being arrested and probably going to jail, because it happened the same day as
that's the
George Floyd verdict.
That's still a threat, though.
Well, yeah, I understand, but I'm gonna be once again. See, this is the kind of person I am. I saw it and I didn't take it as he wanted him to be killed or offed. He just said he's going to jail, and I'm. But once again,
I don't.
That's how I think. That's how I think. I mean, but people
sure.
see that. If it was written the other way by somebody, they're right. Oh, he wanted him. But the way I look at it,
to me, that's a dog whistle in that community.
Well, yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
it is, and people will take that the wrong way.
Oh yeah,
people they don't have the cognitive power that you do. Will take that the wrong way and think that it's.
I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now his tweets, I don't know. Did you read through them? I mean, so anger does any of us any good, and that includes myself. Gathering all the facts and educating does, though. My anger still is here for what happened that little girl. My sympathy for her and her family, and may justice prevail. Well,
justice prevail. What are we talking about?
What are you talking about?
That's exactly. Once again, it's a wrong.
Is that him trying to explain why he took it down? It says, "I'm so damn tired of seeing black people killed by police." Okay, that's one thing. I took the tweet down because it's being used to create more hate. This isn't about one officer. It's about the entire system. And they always use our words to create more racism. I am so desperate. So
he blamed everybody for reading his tweet. His 49 million followers. Don't read my tweets because you're going to twist my words that I said.
And you have to separate each incident. Every incident is different. This one,
Marcellus Wally said it
exactly right. So I mean, I don't. We could probably put a bow on this conversation.
No, but you're right. You're totally
LeBron,
right.
You got to separate the situations here. Yeah. The cop did their job there. They're here to protect the community. Somebody was getting stabbed, for Christ's sake.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're good with that.
Yeah.
That's, I just thought I'd bring it up, and I know it sucks every week we got to talk about something like this because I mean I think you need to. It is part of sports in a weird way.
It is relevant,
but let's talk about the NBA now a little bit, and we will talk about the Bucks a little bit. And I was planning to come to the show tonight, and I was planning on going. I start drinking that Kool-Aid with you, Eric, but then they go last night and blow that lead, and just allow your boy Lemon Pepper Lou to attack them in the fourth quarter. So hit 4 threes and just couldn't miss. And they couldn't make a shot. Drew Holiday missed 2 free throws with like a minute and a half left. He missed an wide open 3 in the corner. And I'm not knocking Drew Holiday. He's a great player. I like Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
But I mean, did you watch any of the game?
No, of course. My situation with TV. So I had both the.
I forgot.
Well,
sorry. Sorry.
I had both the Sixer
subject.
games. I had both the Sixers games. Just TNT and ESPN. Of course, those games were a little weird because you had Simmons out, and then you had Embiid and Simmons out, and they were pretty much both blowouts. And I kept thinking about the Atlanta game, and Atlanta's hot. They're hot right now, and they're in the 4 or 5 seed. Right, I think they're in the 5 seed right now. They've won like 7 in a row, and I'm like, God, that's like one of those letdown kind of games too. And I was following it on my phone. I knew they were up, and then they just their 3-point defense just fails them sometimes. It really does. And it's just, I mean, Lemon Pepper Lou got at him. Bogdanovich had a very good. He was high. I think he was high score because I think he scored more than Giannis possibly. He was close, but he was high score for the Hawks. And God, it would be nice to see him in the Bucks uniform with the team they have now. Well, but obviously it didn't work out. He's back. Yeah, I mean he was injured for a while, and he's back now, and he's been hot. Yeah,
and
that's part of the thing. They're a good team. Trae Young's
they
player.
are. And Trae Young was out last night too. That's a scary thing.
So Lou took over, huh?
Yeah, they held in the game. The Bucks
dry rub Lou.
I want to say at one point they were on a 25-9 run. The Hawks, and I want to say if I didn't try to figure out at the end, but I bet it ended up on like a 40-something to like 20 run at the end or 18 because they just couldn't hit a shot. The Bucks at the end, and they were
streaky players though. Lou Williams he's a notorious streaky player. He'll suck for 3 games.
Every time he shot, he licked his fingers.
Yeah,
put a little barbecue sauce on him because of the whole
the whole game. Yeah, just this like ring around his lips
from the wings.
Although he's lemon pepper, and I think he's a dry rub guy.
Oh.
So it's just like
that's what she said.
At least that's what Chastity and all the other strippers at the Magic City said.
Oh, okay.
The dry rub. Next question.
Next topic. So a couple weeks left in the NBA season. We'll talk more when the playoffs get closer. But the Bucks are I thought they were going to make it around for that seed, but who knows now what's going to happen. Steve Fiver says about time you have a good top on, Cavelli. Go Hawks. I got the Indian Trail baseball code on.
Not talking
he is a
Hawks.
coach. He is a coach of the Indian Trail Hawks. So go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Also, Matt Hoppin stat brings up someone get Eric Gable so we can watch sports.
Okay, well, Hop,
we need to get special sponsorship.
Hop, if you would like to pony up, that'd be great.
You know what?
I probably should.
Hold on. Let me get in. Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, that's how it'll go right there.
ESPN, same response from Disney this week. Yep, same response.
What the hell? Now it's Bally's. You gotta have a.
It's like slot machines in the back.
You gotta have a membership, workout membership in order.
Those closed. There's no Bally's anymore.
Well, that's a Bally Sports.
Bally's, it's the casinos, right?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I think we looked at. We did look it up. I did.
Did you?
And it's casinos because my father was asking. He goes, I think they closed all the workout places, and no, it's actually the casinos because they're supposed to be putting a casino out in Beloit. Supposedly, that's a rumor.
Really?
Maybe you heard. Maybe you guys heard.
Yeah, I've heard that.
The Bally's in Vegas is nice.
Yeah,
really nice. Yeah.
Well, it's in Vegas. So.
Yeah, not everything's nice in Vegas, but yeah, the Bally's casino is nice there. Somebody told me.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. I think it was Willie.
Hey, I hate to bring this up.
Oh, shit, here.
But there's no scheduled games right now in our fantasy basketball.
Oh, I gotta fix that.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. I just happened to look.
We can edit that out.
I'll fix it after the show.
We can edit that out of the show.
That's my fault.
I just looked.
I was busy at work today.
What?
Yeah, what?
Well, I forgot completely, and I just went, "Oh shit, I'm in the playoffs. I better set my lineup." And I'm like, "There's no games."
So sorry about that. I'll get that fixed.
Do we want to talk about the MVP race?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go with that. MVP. So who do you guys right now? The MVPs. What do you like for the MVP? To win it as of it's still pretty. I think it's still pretty close. I think it's gonna be. I think it still could be a couple guys. But who do you like, Eric?
Well, the guy I like, he's having probably his best season ever. 31.3 points, 5.6 assists, 5.8 rebounds, or maybe that's switched around. Had 85 threes in the month of April so far. Problem is that his team is barely in the playoffs, and that's Steph Curry. I think he's having an unbelievable season, but I guess in the spirit of what the award is, I mean, obviously, Giannis should be in the conversation, and he's not going to be. I think there's a campaign for him not to be the MVP. I don't like the Embiid talk. He's missed 19 games. Jokic has played 60 games, 26.2 points, 10.9 rebounds, 5.2 assists. Those numbers aren't as good as Giannis's.
Yeah.
Not even, it's close, but the fact that he's played in 60 games, his team's, in the, one of the top teams.
How many games has Giannis played?
I think he's like 51. So
okay.
Slacker.
So I think there's your three: Curry, Jokic, Giannis. They're not going to give it to Curry if he's an 8 seed or something. Yeah. I don't think, and they're not going to give.
But
it to
I guess
Giannis
the flip
again.
side of it, you go, well, if they get in the playoffs, it's because of him, and they say, well, they got in, so without him, they wouldn't have made it. So the most valuable.
Yeah. That's true.
Obviously, we can say about the Bucks without Giannis, they probably struggle.
You could spin it a number of ways. The guy too that I've always liked that never. Well, I shouldn't say never, but he's due is Lillard, Damian Lillard, having another incredible season.
Yeah.
He never breaks through to that conversation as far as MVP, but he's a damn good player.
Oh yeah.
A guy that's made a big, choice with their team. It's really made a big difference with them would be Chris Paul. I think
they've been talking about him a little bit.
Yeah.
too.
I'm just thinking that, he's made a big difference with him. What he's done for him,
And the Suns are hot, and Paul's been hot the last probably 20 games. He's been really, really good.
I think guys going to get some surprising votes, won't win it, but Derrick Rose will be in the conversation just because the way the Knicks are playing, and Tom Thibodeau should get some votes too.
Yeah, for Coach of the Year. Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, those are the kind of guys you should give Coach of the Year.
He'll be Coach of the Year.
Yeah,
I don't think there's no way he's.
You think he is? Yeah, I don't
think there's any way he's not.
When you rebuild,
I guess
like
Utah.
that,
I guess what's his name?
Sure.
Quinn Buckner. He's still there, right? Or not Buckner? Quinn.
His last name's Quinn. I can't remember his.
Yeah, the guy from Missouri. He used to coach Missouri. He
greasy hair.
He might have a good chance of winning it too. Actually,
Probably.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, because they weren't projected to be a 1 seed.
Jim Lasko brought up for the Bally's. They closed all of them due to terroristic threats by Ed.
Oh,
Jeff Jankowski thinks Curry, and Matt Hop thinks Joker is the MVP. I really like
Quinn Snyder.
Quinn Snyder. Thank you. Quinn Snyder. He also was the maintenance guy on One Day at a Time at one point.
Oh yeah,
Schneider.
that's right. Schneider.
Remember?
Hey,
his name was Schneider, right?
Hey, Schneider. Schneids.
I thought
Is that Quinn Snyder used to play at Duke?
Yeah.
All the way back in the day.
Yeah.
And coached. He was an assistant coach.
Yeah,
there
then he
for a
coached
while.
Missouri for years.
Yep.
And he's got the best head of hair.
He's another guy.
Does he have
Kind of
curly hair?
greasy, curly hair.
He's
Yeah.
another guy who quietly came to the NBA as a college coach and he did the Brad Stevens type of thing.
Didn't he
did-
go to UCLA though and failed?
I
And then
don't-
he was out for a while, and then
I don't know. I'm not sure.
yeah, I thought he failed at UCLA. He went from Missouri to UCLA.
Well, he looks
I
like a
believe.
used car salesman.
Hop could probably tell us because he's
I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
somebody
He's
get
like
Eric,
basketball.
somebody get Eric Cable. Well, he said something. He corrected me somewhere else. didn't
No,
he?
just Quinn Snyder because we were
Quinn
talking about
Snyder.
Quinn
Oh,
or
okay.
Schneider. Yeah.
All right.
One day at a time.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how that song went. I can't remember.
She was such a fox back then.
Was that Eddie Van
Valerie
Halen's?
Bertinelli.
Valerie Bertinelli? Yeah.
And
And
was
Mackenzie Phillips was.
Oh my
They
god.
weren't sisters. Come on, man. And then the mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Valerie Ed Van Halen's
Wife.
Yes.
first wife, or was he always with her?
No, they were divorced when he passed
Okay.
away. Yeah.
Right.
They had been divorced for a few years.
You wonder
I
if some
believe.
of those kids were Snyders.
Yeah.
You never thought about that, did you? They never said who the dad was, did they?
Hmm.
Not that I remember.
No, I think she was a single mom. lived
Could have
with
been the
two-
Fonz.
I think we need a redo.
Yeah, we got the Quinn Snyder. He was a Clip. Let's start at the back. He was Clippers assistant first, then he was with Duke, Missouri, the Austin Toros.
Good team.
And then he was with 76ers, the Lakers, CSK Moscow, the Hawks, and then the Jazz. So he made his way. He
Wow.
actually didn't go right to the NBA. I'm wrong. He actually worked his way through the ranks. So good for him. I didn't think he was gone from Missouri that long.
2006. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. Was he on UCLA?
No.
Oh,
No.
I wonder who I was thinking of.
But he worked his way. I thought he went right to the NBA, but he actually worked his way, was assistant coach for the 76ers and the Lakers. So Yeah, that's pretty interesting. So, yeah. So what were we just talking about? Oh, the MVP. Oh, so MVP. What do you think, Ed, for the MVP? If top of your head, I mean,
I think Giannis is having the best year again, but it's
tough, man.
I mean, I would probably pick Curry. Because everybody's watching to see what Curry's doing every night.
Yeah,
at least I am, and I hate basketball.
And he's on an incredible tear, like Eric said.
Yeah,
just his shooting, and he scored over 40 points in April.
And these aren't like dunking points or in the paint.
No.
I mean, he's shooting from 60 or something.
He's the greatest shooter ever.
He's not in Lou Williams range, but
no, but he's so he's the second greatest shooter ever.
Third best shooter. The first one is Dennis Hopper and
Hoosiers. Shooter.
That's the
that
best
was his
shooter.
name. Yeah.
That's the best shooter ever.
Absolutely.
Shooter McGavin.
And the way he
good one.
The way he ran the picket fence too.
Yeah, the picket
Don't
fence.
get caught watching the paint dry.
Well, they didn't.
No, they didn't. They won the game.
And yeah, you knew what flavor gum he was chewing.
Then he woke up with them. Then
he was
Hackman,
woke.
Then Gene Hackman had to save him from up creek, laying in it face first.
When they drew up the play, who was supposed to take the shot? It wasn't Jimmy Chitwood. Remember, he was drawing it up, and then
that was in the championship.
Yeah,
and then that was when Gene Hackman's like, "Oh, we're gonna do this," and everybody's like,
"Yeah." They just stood there.
I'll make it, coach. I think that's all he said.
Yeah,
something like that.
He was the first Forrest Gump.
We watched that over the weekend. I should have mentioned that.
Forrest
Gump.
Hump or Gump?
Just the Gump one. With Jenny.
I watched them both back to back. It was crazy.
Which one did you watch first?
Which storyline was the best?
Well, I slept through. I slept through the one with Lieutenant Dan.
The Lieutenant Dan was a little bizarre.
Good times.
All right.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about we're done with the NBA, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Very done.
So MLB, we'll talk a little bit this past week in the Brewers. 2 out of 3 over the Cubs. Good game on Saturday. Sunday was good until the last inning, and then the wheels came off in the 9th. So once again, the Brewers are basically owning the Cubs right now. This season, long season though, and the Cubs are a couple of games out.
Workman's got 3 good wins against the Cubs now.
Workman.
Who did I say?
Workman.
Woodruff.
Woodruff. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The Brewers are pitching so well.
Arietta pitched great though that day though. On
Saturday.
He did. Or Sunday, he pitched great on Sunday. It was a great game. It was a great matchup. And then
they had the one earlier. I think it was Woodruff. Was it Hendricks? Right. And that was a good game too.
That may have been early.
The first week of the year.
That might have been. Yeah.
So I mean, they've had a few good games.
Yeah. Cubs just on the short end of the stick on those, but we'll see. Long season.
They don't hit. That's why.
Yeah. Although they're hitting again. They had that week there, but they had 55 runs on 5 games or 8 games or something like that. So
we got a 5-5 tie right now.
Yeah,
in the second inning softball game. Right?
Yeah, now they're going to sweep the Braves. Watch.
Yeah, well, that's good. Braves aren't very good right now, though. So.
Yeah, did you see? So yesterday, the Braves managed one. All they got is one goddamn hit in the doubleheader. One hit.
They're the only team with multiple one-hit games this year so far.
Really?
So they got no-hit one game?
Yeah.
Well, they got no-hit. 7-8 no-hitter. Baumgartner had
Baumgartner.
7-8 no.
So
it's not count as no-hitter, but he has 7 in there no.
So Gallen threw a 1-hitter, 7-inning complete game, and then Baumgartner come back with a. Yep. I didn't even see the second.
Frederick was the only hit in those in the doubleheader.
Frederick.
And it was in the 5th or 6th inning of the first game too.
Yeah.
It was almost a no-hitter.
And then they get 4 in the first inning against the Cubs.
Yeah.
Who pitched for the Cubs today? Who's
baseball.
pitching? Trevor Williams?
Workman.
Oh, they have a Workman. The Cubs.
It says B. Workman.
Brandon Workman.
For the Cubs?
Yeah, right-handed pitcher.
He's from the Brewers and the Red Sox.
Was that a spot? Is someone out?
I don't know. I'll look.
It's got to be.
No, he's a reliever.
Yeah, he's in right now.
Oh, he didn't start that.
Yeah,
I'm asking who started. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't watch the Cubs.
Who follows Arrieta? It wasn't Hendricks.
Oh, Davies, maybe?
Yeah,
or Trevor Williams?
It was Davies.
Davies struggled.
I was listening to this
Davies
game.
had 2 bad starts in a row then because he gave a bunch of runs early in both games. Yeah,
now, I actually have had one Cubs game on my television, and it was game 1 of the Mets. That's all I've had pretty much all season, other than maybe the opener. One game. One goddamn game. So I'm gonna make a phone call to the Marquee Network soon.
I don't got enough for that.
Oh, okay.
that's Theo.
You took that out of there?
Yeah, I don't have that.
No Donald Duck?
No.
Oh, that's
yeah,
Theo?
I got Donald.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't own the Marquee. Who the hell owns the Marquee Network?
Cubs.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, the Cubs own it.
So now I got to call them?
And they can't afford anything.
Yeah.
You have to call.
Well, how come the Yankees have a network in Boston? They can afford to buy whatever they want. The Cubs, they can't afford nothing.
No.
It's Sinclair, right?
No, Sinclair's the other.
Sinclair Media they're the one that owns all the.
Sinclair Media is the ones that they bought the regional sports networks, which is
okay, yeah,
and they bought it from Disney,
and that's Bally now,
Bally,
right?
yeah. So you got to have a gym membership or a casino chip. I don't know. Screw them all. I'll tell you that.
What do you got, Willie?
Oh, I got a little baseball here.
A little what?
Ohtani will be the first player since Babe Ruth, 1921, to make a start as a pitcher while entering with at least a share of the league-wide home run lead.
Wow.
Whoa.
Whoa. He's got 7 home runs.
Doesn't Joey?
That's awesome. Yeah, that's because that was Joey Lawrence. Whoa.
Nice.
So real quick, something close, kind of near and dear to my heart a little bit. Obviously, 85 Bear alum, Steve Mongo McMichael was diagnosed with ALS, and he's not doing very well. Just found that out this week. One of those guys that just an old school. He was a partier, man. he was the guy, pants up to his nipples and ready to go play, man. So him and Fridge in the middle. That was the inside of Hampton and not inside of Hampton, next to Hampton and Dents. So that was the Mongo. So I don't know if you heard anything about it.
He was on with Waddle and Sylvia on Friday. Talked quite a bit. It was funny. His wife's talking about the cool mobile van they have for him. If he was too tall, then they would have had to get a big bus for him to get in there. But he's just short enough to fit him.
So he's
in
having
there.
trouble walking and stuff now.
Oh yeah.
He's starting to lose all of his
arms right
really.
now. I think is where he's lost a lot of it. But so.
Yeah, he's been on the Waddle and Sylvia. I mean, over the years and all the other shows, the way back in the day with the one Yurko. I don't know if they're still on.
It's Yurko and Carmen and Yurko now.
But it used to be
Yurko and Harry.
Harry.
Harry Tynowitz. Right? Yeah, that was the show.
Dan McNeil was awesome.
And they would break. Yeah, but he always got in trouble.
He lost his job because I believe he called a woman at work the B word.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was always on those shows and he's just a funny guy.
It rhymes with itch.
Oh, we'll scratch it.
Female dog. He called her a female dog, but that's not appropriate in the workplace right now. So
I guess not.
So I believe that's why he lost, and he was actually with.
Can you use it in a rap song though?
I used to only listen to the score because of him, and he's with this one guy. I don't know, Parkins.
Yeah,
he's a moron, that dude. I hope he's listening so he can hear me. He's a moron. And I actually was listening to them because I like McNeil a ton. And I used to listen to them I used to just deal with the guy because of McNeil. And then I listened a little bit with him, and I just couldn't listen to the guy anymore. And then I started listening to Waddle and Sylvia again because Tom Waddle's awesome.
Yeah, I like Waddle.
He's just a drunk.
Yeah,
I think I figured out a drunk with a bad back.
Yeah. He talks about how he'll be drinking a beer in his yard when he takes the dog out and they both pee at the same time.
Yeah. He's a big yard peer like you. Ed.
Is that like a thing that nobody knows or?
Well, no, I mean just the combination
I do that all the time
with a beer in your hand.
Oh no, I not always.
It's always a glass of wine with that.
Yeah, he's so sophisticated when
he's got a little Cavassier,
and then he's got a bidet out there.
Ed, by the way, I like your hat.
But me and the dog do pee together.
Yeah,
they both squat too.
I don't. I just use the
sometimes.
I was like, "What are you doing?
Inside.
Nothing.
I got a bad back."
Does the dog clean up after you?
You should buy an old urinal and just put in the backyard like as decoration. You can pee in it then, like flowers.
It's like a bird feeder.
The whole yard's a urinal.
That's what the pond's
Make
for.
everything so complicated.
Amber blames the whole yard being brown spotted up by the dogs. It's like, I can't believe those dogs.
Darn dogs. Now clean up.
Now maybe a bidet in the backyard.
There
Now we're talking.
Putting a fountain in your pond.
That's what I'm thinking.
There we go.
I
like
like
a bridge over it. You can just squat over it.
Wash your bum.
Bridge over troubled water.
Absolutely.
Yikes!
Oh, wow,
that's
awesome.
good stuff.
That's good.
Okay, so
I needed a baby there.
Sorry.
Too late.
Sorry.
Could have done 2 Yahtzees.
Yeah. So the draft's coming up this week. So let's talk about our first topic I want to bring up with the draft. And so this week, obviously, we talked about quarterbacks last week, and the quarterbacks this year's draft there, it's supposed to be a pretty nice quarterback draft. Obviously, we've heard about the top 5 and Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Mac Jones. But there's other guys out there such as Davis Mills from Stanford, Kyle Trask from Florida, Jamie Newman from Georgia, and a guy I like a little bit is Kellen Mond from Texas A&M. The guy I talked about a little bit, but obviously you never know with these guys.
The Bears
quarterbacks. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We're gonna have our draft show though on Thursday. It'll be live with the draft, so tune in, check us out. We'll be on Facebook Live and all of our stuff. We're on YouTube and Twitch. So check us out. Follow along with us. We'll give you the picks, our opinions, which probably mean nothing and probably not even close to what's really right or wrong. But it'll be more entertaining to listen to the ESPN and Count Chocula. Mel Kiper.
We might be more correct than him. I mean, he's awful.
Nah, he's pretty good though. I've watched the thing about him. He is for how conceited he is and how he is kind of like I'm always right. He does a fairly good job on that.
We should all have like pumpkin pie while we're doing that because Mel Kiper has pumpkin pie for breakfast every morning.
Does he really?
Yes, he does.
All he does, he says he'll watch football and just eat pie. He doesn't drink. He said he's never had like a drop of alcohol in his life. He just
That's what she said.
eats pie.
Sounds like a douchebag.
That's what she said.
Well, look at him. He's a
I love
D-bag.
pumpkin pie, but the whole non-drinking thing.
My favorite is apple pie.
do you think
Warm
we'd have-
apple pie.
Our whole fan base is all drunks. So what?
Warm
offense.
apple pie.
Jeff's asking, I'm guessing in the first round, do you think this is the first draft no team picks a defense player? And I know.
What?
There'll be cornerbacks. And I have that list since Jeff brought it up. The cornerback is a very strong cornerback draft, and I think that's where we're kind of seeing why the Bears cut Kyle Fuller, and I believe that's what the Packers, when people always say, "Why don't they go get Kyle Fuller?" I believe that's why he took Kevin King at a cheaper deal because there's a ton of cornerbacks available in this draft, and you have guys like Asante Samuel Jr. We've all seen his dad play. We're getting old. Guys like Patrick Surtain II.
I saw that, yeah.
And Caleb Farley. These are guys that are J.C. Horn, Tyson Campbell, Greg Newsome II. Greg Newsome II, he's like the 6th ranked one, and he's gonna be a good cornerback. So a lot of guys that are gonna be available in the draft, and I really believe the Packers or Bears are taking a cornerback by the 3rd round. They both take one, if not sooner. And the Packers could take one in the first one. If Samuel falls to him or Surtain falls to him.
I'm thinking that Samuel or one of those guys.
I don't know if they will because they're talking like Philadelphia is really high on those guys and all that. So. But as we get there, but I think the Packers and the Bears for sure are taking a cornerback at some point in the draft. And the Packers really don't have to because I think King just had a bad game. I mean, it sucked it happened when it did. It was unfortunate, but
it'd be a nice insurance.
And I agree. Yeah,
there.
It depends what's there too. Who knows? I mean, they may have another Jordan Love looking at him.
Well, I went through that draft stimulator that you sent me, and that's right where it fell. Packers taken, I think it was Samuel.
There you go. Okay.
That's kind of where it fell.
Yeah, they love taking their cornerbacks.
So Jeff, I believe the kid from Kenosha maybe possibly could go late in the first round. Nixon from Iowa. He's one of the best defensive linemen in the draft right now. He's a tackle. He may go 2nd round, but he could go. It depends on the team low in the round. I mean, not to change the subject, but I thought it's kind of showing you what teams do. And I'm just saying this. I love what the Chiefs did this week by getting Orlando Brown. I thought that was a great move by them. They traded away here or there. They lost their 1st round pick. They didn't really lose a lot though. And they got an all-pro left tackle, and they rebuilt their line after we thought their line is rebuilt. The only question mark is Kyle Long on that line. I think Kyle Long, if he's healthy, he can be a good lineman, but he's so injury prone. They put him as part of that, but he's a good Bear when he was healthy. But the other guys they have right now, I think they did a great job at shoring up that offensive line, and I think the Chiefs, they did it right. I mean, they made it fit somehow with the money they're paying Patrick Mahomes, and they made their line better again. And I think that's huge for them. And I think to trade away the 31st pick, or where they trade away, where they had to get Orlando Brown, and you're not going to get Orlando Brown at the 31st pick in the NFL draft, ready to play this year with their quarterback, or 30th pick, whatever they had, and now Baltimore has 2 first-round picks, and good for them. That's great to see. So I like what they did. Kansas City, kind of left them like, oh, their line's going to kind of suck next year, but no, they're going to be solid, I think, again. I mean, and having Mahomes back there, give him that, all he needs is a couple of seconds. He's fine.
Oh, he's still there.
Yeah, they're going to keep him one more year. They're going to try him out. 1 more year,
yeah.
They're going to try him out.
It could be a draft night trade. You never know.
Maybe for Jordan Love.
Ooh, yeah.
Favre Jordan Love package.
Or Garoppolo.
I do want to bring up Garoppolo, and I know the other day we were talking about this, and I guess we can talk more on the draft night, but do you now with the 49ers having the 3rd pick now, and they're pretty much all saying Lawrence and Zach Wilson are going 1-2. Okay. So now the 3rd pick, and I know I said, and I think I can't remember who said we like Mac Jones a little better, just of some of the stuff we saw, but obviously Justin Fields is the better athlete. But do you really look at, and the eye test type of thing is Mac Jones, Jimmy Garoppolo? And when I say that, is he the same guy where now my feeling is that I think the 49ers are going to take Justin Fields because if they're going to take Mac Jones, why not keep Garoppolo? I think Justin Fields is the athlete. I think, but it also is the system they want to run around him too, and that is Kyle Shanahan, and he's coached guys like Matt Ryan. He's coached guys like Jimmy Garoppolo, who was his quarterback in Denver. I mean, in Washington, he was coordinator.
Cousins.
He had Cousins, and I think Rex Grossman for a cup of coffee there, and Rex Grossman had a decent when he came in. He was good, but you had Cousins, so those quarterbacks, I guess, kind of fit the mold of Mac Jones a little better. But Shanahan's a smart coordinator, and do you just go with what's going? If Justin Fields is that good, you just go with what the league is doing now. I mean, it's about getting the ball. You need to be able to move and throw, and on the run. And everybody wants the next Mahomes, and you're not going to. I don't think you're. Well, maybe you will find in this draft. I have no idea. Maybe Trevor Lawrence is the next Mahomes. Maybe it'd be great.
I think he likes drop back quarterbacks because he likes them to go through a progression. Where a guy like Russell Wilson and those guys, first chance they get to go, they're going to take the run there. Where I think he wants somebody that's going to follow his game plan every time, and I think that's what he's going to get with Mac. So,
well, what's Garoppolo then? Like, why?
Maybe he
just doesn't have the skill.
I don't know. What's his spot on his team?
No, I don't understand why.
Maybe it's the talent around him. I don't know.
You're 1 year removed from being in the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. You had a year you were just a boatload of injuries, including Garoppolo. Why are they giving up on him already?
Well, he's out of contract. I think this might come in his last year.
So financial reasons.
Makes sense. I mean, but they did trade to get up there, and it was kind of.
I get it now. I understand. I understand that's. I'm assuming that's why they traded up.
And there's still talk they might trade Garoppolo in this draft. He may get traded.
To the Bears.
Well, yeah, that was so there was a quote from Shanahan. I just saw it today. It said, "Can you guarantee that Jimmy Garoppolo will be on the team, but come Sunday?" He goes, "I can't guarantee that any of us will be alive on Sunday." That was his comment. I'm like, thank you.
Well, and you can't. It's
a little morbid.
That's an unfair question for anybody.
Yeah,
that really is. That's just putting him in a spot. You was trying to get a story out of him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, it's a good.
So if he says yes, he will be, and he's not, you're a liar. If you say now, it's like, oh, you don't have faith in him. Well,
yeah.
If you're drafting a quarterback at number 3, that's
how I would.
If they don't, bottom line is that they're not winning, he's getting benched if he's still there.
Sure.
He's going to start the year as a quarterback. Maybe he won't start the year as a quarterback. I mean, doesn't matter. I mean, at this point in the NFL, it's about winning. It doesn't matter who makes more money, as we saw years back with Matt Flynn and Russell Wilson. The quarterback getting drafted, if he's going to be good and you think he can play offense for you, he's going to start. That's just how it is.
And I didn't think about the contract situation.
I believe he's near the end of it. That's why, and that's why it'd be weird for a team to draft him. I mean, to trade for him, because it's gonna be a hard trade too, because then what does Garoppolo want in the next year? I mean, you only get him for 1 year and he leaves you if he has a good year, if he has a bad year. I mean,
yeah.
And what are you trading? What are you trading to get him? What are you going to trade to get Jimmy Garoppolo? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Nobody in the right mind is going to trade well, I guess the Bears might, but nobody's going to trade a first round pick for him.
It's a third round.
And if someone could get him for a third, fourth, I can see doing that. That's nothing terrible about that. But that's I don't know. And I don't know. But yeah, I guess with the quarterbacks, he's Coach Kyle Shanahan. Mac Jones fits that mold a little more than Justin Fields, I guess. But with that said, with the quarterbacks I named, though, anybody out there that you think that is there anybody you're seeing in this draft that you might just think, looking at this draft right now in this draft, those quarterbacks I just named, let's the top 5 we were talking about, and I Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Fields, and Trey Lance. If you had to pick a guy in that group, and right now that you would say I would not draft if he came to me, I don't think I could trust this. I just don't know if I would like him. And obviously we don't sit around and watch tape all day. We don't know this. We could be way off around, but who's the guy you would not trust to run your team right now? And how about this? And who's the guy you would take? And you can take any of them. Who's the guy you'd want and you wouldn't want of those 5? And you'd say, I'd take him over my team right now. And obviously, being you guys are Packer fans, obviously you don't need him. But I'm saying if your team needed a quarterback, who would you want? And then who would you not want? And
who'd you list the 5?
Yeah. Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Justin Fields, and Trey Lance. We'll go with those 5 since they're being talked as the big 5.
I mean, it's Ed. I know you're thinking, but I mean, it's the slam dunk for me to take would be Lawrence. I mean, I think it's obvious that he's done so much. It's hard for me to comment on Zach Wilson and Trey Lance because I've never seen them play. I saw a lot of Fields because my wife's a Buckeye fan, and I've seen a lot of Mac because Alabama's on a lot, and you see them play. I mean, we saw him in the national championship; he looked great. The history of what the Ohio State quarterbacks is going into the NBA is pretty poor, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, they're not good in the NBA because they can't.
Oh, did I say NBA? Well, there was that one guy.
Dude, those guys are horseshit in the NBA.
Sorry. I've had too much water tonight. NFL. NFL,
okay,
yes.
yes.
So they're not translating. They're not translating well into the NFL. So that makes me a little nervous. I mean, if I was looking at that history, looking at the Dwayne Haskins and Cardale Jones and all those guys, and it'd be kind of a little iffy on Fields because I'd be looking at the system, and it works in college, and it's just not working in the NFL. So I guess even though I said I think he's a little bit better than Mac Jones, I think I'd be a little leery about taking Fields.
I'm gonna say I would want Lawrence, and I don't want Fields, in way less words than Eric just did.
And you didn't even mention the NBA.
Just because I didn't talk for 2 hours.
So I'm looking for a goalie for hockey. I don't want Trevor Lawrence for NHL.
Oh, I got one for you. Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
Great hockey. Right. He's from BYU.
Was that Kirk McCaskill?
You probably have to go with Trey Lance. He
Eddie
went to North
McCaskill.
Dakota State. You know, North
Oh,
Dakota's
yeah.
got good hockey.
Oh, that's
there.
true.
Good hockey there.
Yep.
You know,
Willie with the words of wisdom. Almost.
Old time hockey there.
Jeez.
full time. The guy, I'm gonna go back to the guy I don't think I trust is Lance. You know, who's he played against? And in North Dakota State, and I know Wentz was a good project out there, but I'm gonna say no with him.
But Wentz ended up in a good offense.
He did.
Right,
Absolutely.
set for him, and when he was healthy, he was really good in it.
On the upside, Trey Lance, he's a big guy. You know, he's 6'3", 224 pounds. You know, got a good arm, stuff like that. But
Does he have a stupid haircut like that first guy we talked about? Lawrence?
I mean, Sunshine.
I don't know. Just
Remember Sunshine?
Sunshine from Remember the Titans, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Sunshine.
Yeah.
And he threw that dart at that guy and hit him in the back.
who would you want?
I'm gonna go with Mac, man.
Mac
Really?
Jones, really?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with him. I could be totally
like
wrong
it.
out of here, but
did you see that national championship
'Cause
game?
you know
He
who's
was really good.
who's gonna screw him up is what's his name from the Ohio State coach? Who do you use? Was it? Urban
Liar.
Urban Liar.
Urban Liar, yeah.
Urban Liar. He's gonna screw him up.
That's going to be an interesting thing to watch. Will he be a good NFL coach?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or will he be a Steve Spurrier?
I think
Possible.
he's gonna be a good coach. Like I said, Spurrier number one. He was going to take on a team that had a bunch of contracts and Albert Hainsworth guys and all that were on a team.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys, you walk in the room and they all know you're a college coach. Jacksonville's like a minor league team, basically.
Yeah.
That's I mean, they're young. I shouldn't say that. They're a bunch of young guys,
Mhm.
and they got a
He'll
quarterback.
be able to groom him.
And one of the reasons I think it got Meyer to come out was because he knew he was getting Trevor Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're getting to start with a franchise quarterback that you can build your team around. Now, if he had the 5th pick in the draft, but he still took a job on probably it's an NFL job, but it probably been a little hard to get him in, maybe possibly.
It's not like when like Nick Saban took over the Dolphins and they screwed up didn't they screw up the whole Breeze thing right away?
Yeah.
Like they had the shot at Breeze and they
Culpepper they got though, it worked out.
Oh yeah, they did. They took Culpepper over Breeze, didn't
Mhm.
they? Yeah, that worked out well.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
That
now
Breeze guy never did nothing.
And now Saban hasn't done shit since that.
No, him and Breeze, total downward spirals after that.
What the hell?
Yeah,
God.
But doesn't Jacksonville have to worry about relegation this year?
Yeah, that's
You
true.
watch too much Ted Lasso. So we'll talk more about the NFL draft. I was you know what? I was going to talk about other guys, but you know what? We'll talk more on Thursday when the draft is.
Were you able to print that out?
No, this is the actual mock draft. I
Oh,
saw
gotcha.
it. I printed a couple up.
right. We'll talk about that off air.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. So the other thing is a couple other sleepers they have in this year's draft. Nate Hobbs, cornerback from Illinois. Michael Strahan, wide receiver from Charleston. Brett Heggie from Florida. Hunter Long, another tight end from Boston College, and D'Angelo Amos, a safety from Virginia. Those are the guys they're talking about to be sleepers. I know Willie's high on the other tight end in the draft, Kyle Pitts. That's Willie's favorite guy.
Yeah.
That's not a sleeper though.
No, I'm just saying he was a tight end.
Hey, did you
Willie
have
likes tight ends.
who's the best long snapper you got in this draft?
Rob Davis.
Yeah.
You said snapper.
Yeah.
Was Rob Davis the best 65 ever, right?
Right.
Best number 65 ever.
Dumbest thing I've heard in my life.
That's back when this show was good.
That's back we were doing. That's back we were counting.
We could count. Who's the best number 99?
Wayne Gretzky.
That's right.
I knew that one.
Come on, Willie.
Jeez.
Jesus. Now we need to take a
Give
break.
Yeah, let's take a break real quick because Eric said so. And we get the beer after this. We're gonna go on a 5-minute break, but the benchwarmer will be back in a minute. So hold on and just
hold on
relax.
loosely. What kind of music?
I'm not doing this because I want to take long showers with you assholes.
Ain't you them kids that have been quacking off in my tool shed?
By a bunch of fucking ice holes like yourself.
Yeah, well, listen, you ought to ditch the action in the car with now and get in with us, but that's all right. We'll worry about that later.
Oh my God. There's 100 morons in my.
It's you, Larry.
Lollygaggers. Diamond dogs have struck again.
No, they could be a lot worse. Why did you kiss my ear? Why are you holding my hand? Where's your other hand? Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
4 of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas, looking for strippers and cocaine.
1, 2, 3, Transformers!
Live from Scott's parents' basement, this is the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast.
You're listening to the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast. Check us out on Facebook at Basement Benchwarmers, also on Instagram at Basement Benchwarmers, and on Twitter at Base Benchwarmers, and our email is basementbenchwarmers@gmail.com.
I like beer cause it is good. I drink beer because I should. If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you bring. I drink beer when I am sad, cause the beer it makes me glad. Now there's nothing left to say, so let's go drink beer. Beer is good! Beer is good! Beer is good!
Well, beer is good, and the beer that I have this week is very good. So my friend Willie over here is definitely head and shoulders the #1 contributor to the beer of the week. And over the months that we've done the show, actually over a year now, he's brought in a lot of Noon Whistle beer that we've done. We've done a couple on the show. It's from Lombard, Illinois. Great one. So I saw this in the store the other day, and I thought maybe it'll help, get our Chicago Cubs going a little bit. Now they're down 8-5. So as we take our sips of this, maybe we'll bring some good karma their way. So Noon Whistle does this series called the Gummy, which I'm not sure what that means, but they're fresh hop, hazy IPAs. This one's called the Cubby Gummy. That's why I referenced the Cubs. So just a good hazy IPA. It's a good summertime ballpark kind of beer. That's the way it tastes to me, right, Scott?
Yeah, it tastes like ivy.
Tastes just like ivy. In fact, they use the ivy hop, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Ivy hop.
I'm making that shit up. It's a good beer. I like it. Willie?
Noon Whistle. All their gummy series is it's very good.
Yep.
We've had the papaya. We've had all kinds
the watermelon,
of stuff.
all that shit. Yeah, it's good stuff.
You guys have a fruit salad or a beer?
We had both.
Yeah, right.
Ed, what do you think?
It's a beer.
Wow. Man,
no, it's decent.
The man of many words.
No, it's not bad.
Yeah. Only thing would be better since we're in your mom's, your parents' basement. Where's our meatloaf?
Mom, now meatloaf.
We want it now. I will have some meatloaf. Well, you want some?
You want some? So that was Eric's beer of the week this week. A little Cubby Gummy from Noon Whistle.
Noon Whistle, yeah. Lombard, Illinois. Yep, great
Lombard.
Beer.
Very good.
How close is that to Highland Park?
I probably could have gone there. Yeah, that'd be a better idea.
You got it fresh.
It's a straight shot
Bob Pettit is asking where you found that at Benny's, right?
Benny's in Highland Park.
But
yes,
there's one in Gurnee though.
There's a great craft beer place, Bob, in Gurnee, and I'm not sure what it's called.
No, it's in Libertyville.
Oh, Libertyville.
Oh, I know what the place is. It called the Art of Beer?
It might be.
Yeah, I've heard of that place. I've never been there, but I've heard of that.
So that's
place.
Bob. You're looking for good craft beers. I think Art of Beer has a ton of them. Try there first in Libertyville.
This was also at Antioch too. So I mean, Antioch's probably our closest trip, but it's not. Noon Whistle is not in Wisconsin. You got to go to Illinois to get it. So great brewery, great beer. There's some really good Chicago area.
Oh yeah,
craft breweries right now. They're killing it. So unlike the Cubs.
So I found something interesting. I was telling before we get to our couple other draft things we're going to talk about. It was interesting. I found this National Players of the Year high school for high school. And I just was looking at the list just to see what it was. And it was kind of interesting how many actual guys that were Players of the Year made to this. It was crazy. High school players. You usually think, okay, yeah, it's tough, tough. But I mean, just a couple names on the list. In 89, you had Kenny Anderson. 91, you had Chris Webber. You had Kid in 92, Rasheed Wallace, 93. Felipe Lopez, he played a little bit. Then you had Kevin Garnett, Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady, Al Harrington in 4 years in a row.
What a bunch of scrubs.
LeBron James was 2 years back to back as high school player of the year.
Wow.
Then you had Greg Oden, but he was a great college player, not really a great pro. Dwight Howard. Greg Oden was another back-to-back high school player of the year. Kevin Love, Brandon Jennings, Harrison Barnes, and kind of a pretty good solid player. You also had Jabari Parker, Ben Simmons, Lonzo Ball, Michael Porter Jr., and R.J. Barrett. The last three were Reef Cooper, Cade Cunningham, who's going to be a pro, and Chet Holmgren. He actually is playing for Gonzaga, and he's a 7-foot kid, I believe. He's long, and his arm is probably as big as this bottle right here. That's how big the kid is. So he's got a little, probably a whole bottle. So he's got to put a little weight on to become a good. But I saw some highlight film with the kid, and he's pretty solid looking. Averages 20 and 12 and 4.7 blocks a game. But that also is high school, so a little different when you get to college and move on to the pros.
You talked about Jabari. Didn't the Celtics just pick him up and get rid of Mo Wagner?
Yeah, I know he was out there for a while, Jabari Parker. And, we had talked about that. But I know it was weird. He was just
Mo might be going down to play with Duncan Robinson down in Miami. That's what I read.
The Jabari Parker thing is just baffling. I mean, and you look at that draft too. I mean, you had who was the kid that was first?
Which draft? What are you talking about?
The draft with Parker. Parker was second. It was Wiggins. Wiggins was the first pick.
Kid
Parker,
from Canada,
and then Joel Embiid. And he didn't play for 2 years. But would you? I mean, can you imagine having Embiid and Giannis right now?
Yeah, but you probably wouldn't have them together because they wouldn't have. I think Embiid would have made them better. They wouldn't have got that.
No, Giannis was picked the year before Parker.
Oh, so they could have both.
Could have them both. Yeah, yeah. Giannis was the year before. So we had the second pick. Embiid went 3.
They need a big man.
Yeah, I guess not.
Well, who'd they have? They had Bogut, didn't they at the time? No.
They probably still had Bogut.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, Bogut's. See, that's why.
He wasn't chopped liver.
Yeah, but
he wasn't Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid gets hurt a lot, though, too. That's a problem.
That's a good question. I bet you either Hop or Jeff are going to.
Hop said
because they're the only 2 listeners tonight.
Hop said Bob isn't allowed to cross the border.
Bob isn't allowed. Oh yeah, Bob's listening too.
Yep,
3 listeners.
So our first question, our fan poll question this week was, who is your team's worst draft pick ever, you believe, and also who then is the worst draft pick you believe overall you've seen in your lifetime? Could be the same guy, could be a different guy. On mine, I had a couple. Will you have some too?
I do.
Okay.
Of course, I always have to find.
No, here's mine. Tracy Goldschmidt said Cade McNown. That's all she says. She means for both. Matt Hobbenstadt said Troy Williamson and Jamarcus Russell, meaning Williamson for the Vikings and Russell overall. Sean Olsen said Mandrich for the Packers, Russell all time. Tony Mandrich, the human turnstile on roids, was Bob Saftig. I'm guessing that is for the Packers. An agreement by Donald Wright with Bob. And then Bob Saftig, some guy commented on his, said he couldn't play football, but I saw him eat a 10-pound prime rib in an old hotel in Ashwaubenon.
That's awesome.
And although I'll give Mandrich one thing, when he went to the Colts, he had a couple good years with the Colts. He did, but not first round.
No,
whatever pick he was. I can't remember. Was he number? No, he wasn't 1.
He was
number 2.
Aikman was 1, right?
Yeah, he was 2.
And then Barry Sanders was
2.
3.
Barry was 3.
Okay. So those are the ones I saw. Willie, what you got?
I've got. I found him. Look at that.
Yeah. And I actually have some this week, by the way.
Did you? Well, I saw you just finally posted it today.
I know I posted it today, and I got some responses.
Wow,
so
look at that.
Yeah, you get better.
You call him and pay him to do that?
I did. Yeah, just PayPal.
That's it.
Yeah.
$2.
You got Willie.
So Corey Tusser.
Come on, Willie.
What? So Corey Tusser, Tony Mandrich, obviously he was bad. He's obviously a Packer fan. Bad, but more so for the players that could have been had, either Sanders being maybe the best player at the position or Derek Thomas. And he'd say in his lifetime, Jamarcus Russell's biggest bust. Bob Pettit says Jim Druckenmiller was a huge bust for the 49ers.
Yep, he's a 49er fan.
And he's also with the Jamarcus Russell.
Next in line, Justin Fields. No, I'm just kidding. We're kidding. We're kidding. That's what Eric said.
If he gets taken at 3,
yeah.
you know, then that's and he never pans
I'm just
out.
repeating what Eric said. Don't get mad
Well,
at me.
if Lawrence is a complete bust, then
Yeah, Lawrence, that would be the bust if he
Right, right.
But
sucks.
no, I'm saying Bob's a 49er fan.
Oh,
so
yeah, gotcha,
yeah,
gotcha.
That's,
Okay.
that's why he said that. So, and then Dominic Siren said Kate McNown. He's a Bears fan.
Okay.
And then Jeff Klimowitz said Jamarcus Russell. And I think I asked him. Oh, he said Eddie Lacy, probably the biggest.
Oh, well, but Eddie Lacy had some good
season.
years. He had some good
He got a
years.
few good years out of
Yeah.
him, really.
Yeah, he wasn't that happy with
but he
it.
didn't last long.
And then Mike
Oh.
Waltmeyer, who's a Kansas City Chief fan, he said Brody Croyle.
okay,
Oh, okay.
So,
good one.
and then Mario Seni, friend of the show, said Justin Harrell.
Yeah, that's a bust.
Yeah, that
I think he
pretty
was the
bad.
9th pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, he was top 10.
yeah,
pretty
that
sure.
was a bad draft pick. I got so I
So
got
let's.
oh,
Oh, go ahead. You do yours.
I was gonna say I got a
Yep,
couple. Billy Baru, who's he's the assistant pro at Bristol
Sounds like
Oaks.
a fake name to me.
It is. It is his fake name because that Billy Baru.
Billy.
That's from Caddyshack.
Yeah.
It's Billy something, but he goes by Billy Baru. He says Tony Mandrich to the first question and Jamarcus Russell. And then Matt Schneider says Tony Mandrich. Jerk slammed my hand in his truck door when I was attempting to get his autograph. I was 7. Now that I'm older, I realize he had a bad day at work like every day. He's forgiven now.
Cam Cribble said, "What's up, guys?" And his throwing out there Kevin White for the Bears.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a really good
Oh,
one.
how many times did we see him get injured?
He's on my list.
I think I was at. How many times did he get like injured for a year? Was it twice?
Yeah,
That
2
Kevin
years in a
White?
row he got hurt. Yeah,
I think I was at both those games.
that was the one we broke his shoulder to one. He got smoked.
Yeah, where I want to say we were both.
Yeah. So real quick before we do the snake draft, let's just do our team's pick. So who do you think for the Packers, Eric, was their worst pick ever?
It's an obvious choice. It's Tony Mandrich. I mean, if we could have had Barry Sanders or Derek Thomas, Deion Sanders, I mean, think about what would have been, you know. But obviously, Mandrich didn't pan out. He was a complete bust.
All right, I'm going to do a where are they now real quick.
Okay. This is for the Packers, correct? Though.
Yeah.
Okay.
His strong college pedigree led the Packers to select him with the 10th overall selection in the 2001 draft. They acquired the pick from Seattle in exchange for Matt Hasselbeck and the 17th overall pick, which Seattle used to select Steve Hutchinson, 7-time Pro Bowler. Injuries and the emergence of KGB, however, prevented this guy from ever playing in the first 10 games of his rookie year. He only played 13 games, 3 sacks total. They tried to trade him, and it was voided because he wasn't even after 3 years because he couldn't pass a physical. So,
where do you go to college? Does it say?
That's
great if you
I
don't-
want to say it was Florida or Florida State. Is that right?
You know what? I got an idea of the guy's name too, and I can't remember. He was a defensive end, correct? He was a edge rusher.
Yeah.
God, I can't remember. I know. And he did go to Florida State or Florida.
Yeah.
It's Florida State.
I know who you're talking.
Florida State.
I don't know I know who your guys are talking about. I remember this guy. Bulwer?
Nope.
No. Peter Bulwer was good. He was actually.
Yeah,
He was a receiver though, wasn't he? Peter Bulwer? I don't know. Whatever.
Jamal Reynolds.
Yeah, Jamal Reynolds.
Everybody
Yep, yep.
forgets about him, but he was an absolute piece of shit.
Yeah, he did nothing really.
No, and they had to give up Hasselbeck and essentially.
And the problem was you had
Steve
KGB.
Hutchinson.
Wasn't he undrafted or like a really low?
He
pick
was
that-
like a 6th
that
round.
Took his spot.
Yeah, he was like a 6th round pick.
It was because of injury, obviously, but
Well, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing that happened
yeah.
to replace him, you know, with a bust. You know, you replace the
But
bust.
so the amount they gave up to move up to
Oh,
take
sure,
him,
it's ridiculous.
It was horrible, and he
Mike-
never amounted it.
Mike
He had
Mueller-
more games played than tackles.
Mike Molinaro asked, "Ed, could you pass a physical?"
That's not funny.
No, that's not funny.
he can paint the paint.
Leave my
painter's
boy
physical.
alone.
He can paint the
Yeah,
the painter's
I
physical.
got-
Ed and I get physical all the time.
yeah.
Wait.
I could have the diabetes, and then he's going to be upset now.
Oh.
Yeah. What do you think?
Willie, what about for the Lions?
Hop nails it. I have an entire list of bad draft
Yeah.
picks by the Detroit Lions.
The snake draft.
hey,
I
you
thought
know,
that was the snake
I will
draft.
say one thing: the Bears have the last few, they've had bad quarterback luck, but he's a Viking fan, really. Talking about how great their drafts were.
Oh, come on.
I mean, they, don't get me wrong; they hit on Peterson and Moss. That was a great pick,
Right, yeah.
But
You could go through when you go through
Jefferson
the list.
last
well,
year.
what's your
Every
before you move
NFL
on,
team.
Give
Who's
Matt
number
Haberstadt.
one?
You're gonna. What's your stat? What's your stat? You're talking about the 3 teams.
Well,
The Packers, Bears, and the Lions,
the Lions,
actually.
right? Yeah. So we went to Bleacher Report, their top 50 bust, bad drafts, and the Bengals had 7 of the worst drafts
Out of 50.
Out of 50.
That's a pretty high percentage.
I bet we go around the table. I bring a name one. I bet.
Of the Bengals,
Yeah.
Achilles Smith.
Yep.
Oh man, I don't even know. That running back, John Carter, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
How about was David Klingler drafted by them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Klingler was. I don't remember the rest of them. There's.
I don't remember. Nobody's listening anyway.
Anyways.
Okay, go ahead. Who's your line?
But anyways.
Oh yeah, your thing, your stat. Yeah. Sorry, you'll go ahead. Stat.
Okay.
Your number thing. I'm sorry. You were
And then the Packers had 2 of them, Lions had 3 of them, and the Bears had 2 of them. So.
Who are the Bears too? I'm guessing Trubisky's one and Cade McDowell's the other.
Trubisky didn't make it.
No,
it was. It was.
Yeah, but Kevin White
It
would
was
Kevin White.
No,
Yeah.
no, it
No?
Was, I don't know if it was him, but the other one was Curtis Enos.
be. Oh yeah, Curtis Enos.
yeah.
It was a
Because
high pick.
I think the pick's got to be in the top like 5 or
Yeah, he
10
was-
to make it a
was
buck.
he like 3 or 4 or something?
I don't
ridiculous?
remember, but they had Rashad Salam too for a while,
Yeah,
and he was good until
he was all right.
He was good, but he fumbled.
Yeah.
He fumbled a lot. That was his problem.
Okay.
Well, go ahead. And
So-
was Cedric Benson was a decent player though.
Yeah,
he
he
was.
was-
excellent
but he did
player.
well. Yeah.
yeah, he was.
He was like a
fine.
top 3
But
pick,
then
wasn't he?
they got Thomas Jones to go with him.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah. Go ahead, Willie.
Like I said, there's so many here.
yeah.
And it's funny. So this article I found was written by a kid that I used to play soccer with when we were younger, and then we played when we were older.
Wow.
We played like club soccer together, and he writes for M Live. His name's Brendan Savage, and he still writes for him. But I was just going through. He goes some of the best of the worst for the Lions, and with all of them, I'm going to probably have to go with. It's an easy one. Charles Rogers.
Yeah, that's the one that
Yeah.
stands out.
Yeah, I mean, with all those
And Mike Williams is right after that.
right there.
Was Ware a line?
Where's on there?
Yeah.
Jody Harrington. Or
Joey Harrington. That was over at 3rd overall, right?
Andre Ware, yes.
That's not a real case. Joey Harrington was not a case. They
Reggie Rogers.
Ware was 1, right?
What's it? Yeah.
Where was the first pick? Harrington was a 3. Rogers was like a 5, or even bet 2.
Reggie Rogers was first, 7th overall, right? Yeah.
No, Charles Rogers.
Charles Rogers was
2 or 4 or something like that.
he was second.
Oh, second pick. And that was the Matt Millen era.
Oh, yeah.
Man, if you take somebody in the first 5 picks, they have to be in pretty much. I wouldn't say an all pro, but
they
real
are
close.
always are. We
No.
just you can. I bet there's 3. I bet there's 2 every year that are like, eh.
No, but I'm saying they
Kelvin
have a-
Johnson was a
So
good
everybody
pick.
misses on him. It's
That's
not-
what you're expecting.
Was he
Yeah.
2? Kelvin Johnson was a second pick. I mean, that was Millen went on that run. Did Millen draft Kelvin, or was that did he
I
get fired?
think he did.
I think that was his last,
His last pick, you had to get one out of the
because he kept
many-
getting laughed at for taking all those receivers in the top 5. And then he finally hit one.
And you know the Lions have 1 playoff victory in 60 years.
Oh my God!
I think we've talked about
I'm
that
sorry.
before.
We have.
I'm sorry,
Multiple
Willie.
times.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is.
Hey,
Yeah.
you got championships
Wah,
in
wah,
other
wah.
sports.
Right.
Vikings had Khalil and Christian Ponder too. That's what Hop's
Yeah,
saying.
I ponder that one.
Did you ever see his wife? Yeah.
Swing.
Hop or ponder? Ponder.
Ponder, yeah. No, it's Samantha.
Isn't she a big media person?
She was on ESPN. She still
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
She hosts one of the shows or NFL Network.
Well, somebody's got to pay the bills.
Yeah.
Christ, her
That's
husband
right.
is a freaking bust.
For the Bears, I would go with. Yeah, Curtis Enos is a very good one. Kevin White was one. Actually, Kevin White was the first one that came to mind for me, just because his body type was just so NFL and he just couldn't stay healthy. I didn't know if he's even a good receiver, but he signed with the Cardinals this year and couldn't even stand a team. So I don't know if he just got old.
Do you remember that set? Was it that shoulder one when he goes down? It was like the
He got
second
yeah.
catch of the game. He goes down. I'm like, oh, it's
He went
Kevin White. He's out. I was just messing around, and they're like, Kevin White is being carried off the field. And I'm like, oh shit, I felt like a dick because I was just trying to get everybody excited in our area.
And he
Like,
was the combine freak, right? He had he ran like a 4.3 or something. He was just, and
Yeah, I mean,
he
he
was
a good college receiver. He wasn't
Yeah.
bad.
West Virginia.
West Virginia, yeah.
With Geno, right? He played with Geno Smith.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
wasn't bad. I mean,
No,
it
he's
wasn't like
great.
he was
He's
good.
incredible.
He had
Yeah.
body, the hands, everything. I was like, oh, and then
Yeah.
he just couldn't stay healthy. It was at first it was his shoulder, then something was his leg, I believe it was. Cam would probably know for sure, but I believe it was a leg injury. Once a leg injury happened, you knew it was
Yeah.
garbage. So So let's start our snake draft real quick. Our snake draft tonight is going to be overall. We're going to do a snake draft on worst picks all around. And
because there's one guy and nobody mentioned. I was surprised. So
for
worst picks.
Yeah.
Well, for their own team or for
our
overall?
team.
For overall.
We're going to do overall now.
I thought we did an overall when they went around.
They did.
were
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
They did.
Everybody said Jamarcus
Russell was the big one. Yeah.
That was
Which-
just
okay.
yeah.
Okay. So Ed, you're going to start us off. So go ahead.
My worst pick? Well, it would be Jamarcus Russell, but I'm going to take Ryan Leaf.
Yeah. Ryan Leaf's a good one. Yeah. Ryan Leaf. Jamarcus Russell, I'll agree. He's off the list.
So yeah, we're not even going to mention him.
No,
'cause, yeah,
Russell,
that's
we knew. Yeah.
ridiculous
Mhm.
bust. I guess just because of what it is, I mean, with my own team is Tony Mandrich.
Okay.
So I'll take him.
Mandrich. Willie, you got one.
I'm going to take because that guy is still currently serving time. Lawrence Phillips.
Oh, good one.
That's a good one.
Lawrence Phillips. Yeah, I like that one too. My first one I'm going to take is, and I don't know if it's too small. I'm going to say this guy. I'm going to say Robert Griffin III. He did have a good couple, like that one good year, and after that he was injury prone and just not. I mean, he's still in the league, but a backup. So Robert Griffin was my first one. My second one is going to sound weird when I say this, but Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
When the Buccaneers took him. Because he said he would not play for them. He said he's gonna don't screw my baseball, don't screw my baseball career, and they did it, and he didn't go over play with them. So the Buccaneers, by picking Bo Jackson, they basically lost the draft pick.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Bo Jackson in that spot right there, and then go back to Willie.
Well, I'm not going to say Rodgers again because I think I already made a point there, but I think I'm going to go with Tim Couch.
There you go. Good one, Tim Couch. I like that one.
Cleveland Browns. He was the first pick overall in the 1999 draft from Kentucky.
Okay.
One for me. I thought this guy, and I know there was a little debate on him going into the NFL, was Matt Leinart. I thought he would have been a great quarterback. Just seemed like just a stud, and just never did anything.
Nice.
I'm going to go with Keely Smith, the first one, and we've mentioned a little bit about him.
Yep.
And then I'm going to go off the reservation here. Brian Bosworth.
Oh,
yeah.
I think he was first overall, wasn't he?
I can't remember.
Hold on, I got some notes on him right
Who
here.
was the guy?
First overall in the 1987 draft from Oklahoma.
I mean, he was all right.
4 sacks and 24 starts.
Bo Jackson blew him over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just never.
But for what he was,
yeah,
in
he was
college,
supposed to be the stud. You're picking a linebacker and 1 overall.
Yeah.
Seattle gave up their first round pick in 1988 to select Bosworth in supplemental draft. They afforded an opportunity to draft players like Thurman Thomas and Michael Irvin.
Those guys never amounted to anything.
Yeah. It's similar to the Mandrich thing, really. For me, this guy was an incredible college running back. Keejana Carter never was what he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to stick with the prison thing here. I'm going to go with Ray Caruth.
Oh,
I like that one.
My last two, I'm going to go with another team that didn't listen, and John Elway. By getting drafted by the Colts, which I think stupid I don't think players should be able to demand anything like that, but it is what it is. So they actually ruined their draft by that, and they ended up having to get rid of John Elway, trading him because he wanted to play for him. And this one was this is kind of interesting when I was reading about this. So you guys remember that the Rams traded the pick to Washington to get Robert Griffin.
Yeah, that's right.
But what the Rams got, they got a bunch of picks, and here's what they took with their picks: Michael Brockers, Janoris Jenkins, Isaiah Peed, Rakovius Watkins, Alec Ogletree, Stedman Bailey, Zach Stacy, and Greg Robinson. So 2 of those guys in there, they got all. So that's what their draft. That's what they got for switching out. That's what I got for switching out the pick. So that's just kind of what they got for that haul. Wasn't really.
Do you remember?
Not that Robert Griffin was great, but I mean.
Do you remember there was a game? No, it wasn't. Was the mustache guy that coached Tennessee forever, and then
Jeff Fisher.
Jeff Fisher had those. No, what is it? 9 players? Is that how many players did you just name? He had them all as the captain against. They were playing against Washington.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
and they had them all, and that was RG3's second year when he was starting to fade. He had all 9 of those players as the captains or whatever come out. And it was just kind of a screw you to look at us. Look what we got. Yeah. Anywho, did you lose your connection?
No, we're all good.
You're all good. Okay.
It's just TV.
Who's up?
Willie.
So I'm going to stick with this heathen type thing going on. So I'm going to go with Todd Marinovich.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
This guy was groomed to be the best. His dad,
wasn't his dad just an absolute asshole?
Just a psycho about what he did. And I think he was probably his.
Did he like the cocaine a little bit too? Tom
Oh, yeah.
Marinovich?
No, a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hookers and cocaine.
He was the out of the wolf pack.
Yeah.
So wait a second.
In the
now.
desert night, searching
So
for hookers.
Why
and
isn't he a
cocaine.
friend of the show?
We got time.
Yeah. Eric.
I'm gonna go with a guy we just talked a little bit about, and that's Andre Ware, heavily touted #1 pick,
University of Houston, right?
Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
had a bunch of records, and Klingler was right after him,
Yeah,
right?
Klingler, yeah, they're all like
They threw like from
random
billions of yards.
Was he a Heisman? Did he win the Heisman too?
I believe he
Yeah.
did.
And then Ed, to finish this off.
I'm gonna go with Rick Meyer.
Oh.
Second overall pick.
Mhm.
Yeah. 50 touchdowns, 76 interceptions.
Threw some of that stuff with the Bears.
Yeah. So I don't know who they said he was like, because he come out of Notre Dame. They were saying he was like second coming to Montana, if you remember. I mean, this is way back when we were just like in high school.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, who was drafted ahead of him? 90.
Rick, he was 2, right? You said?
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet.
Was it Bledsoe?
Was it a running back?
Oh no, Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah,
Bledsoe
Bledsoe.
was
Yeah.
okay.
Was Heath Schuler?
No, Bledsoe was a first
Schuler was
overall in
number one.
1993.
He was #1 pick, Heath Schuler, I think.
Schuler went right after Bledsoe, 93.
Yeah.
And Schuler was a bust.
Yeah.
Heath Schuler was they said he was a can't miss guy, went to the Redskins and he sucked.
It says once Drew Bledsoe was drafted first overall in 93, it became apparent the Seahawks would spend the second pick on Meyer.
Oh, and
so
then
it's not 90 then. They
Yeah, it
had
was
that
93. Okay.
Okay,
That'd be
Schuler went in that same draft, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, circle
Yeah.
back to where he broke 26 different collegiate passing records during his junior season.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Who's that? Where?
yeah,
Was he Houston?
Yeah,
Does that sound
Houston.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a long time ago.
So nobody took Kevin White.
No,
I
not
did.
close.
Did you?
Well, for my team's bad.
Oh,
pick.
for your team. So, okay.
Yeah.
Any honorable mention, guys?
That's
Jeff George.
I got one. Holmgren traded up to take Trent Richardson. It was the first year he was the president of the Browns.
But you know what? He was a good running back. It just they found out
One good
after.
year.
But they found out he was he was a weird dude. Like he never wanted to do something with the team.
Mm.
He was all by himself. And I think it kind of hurt him a lot. I think they became, but he had a good.
He had his rookie season. I think it was the one great year he had. And then,
we had a couple years with Colts too.
oh yeah, he got traded.
Yeah,
That's right.
he played
Yeah.
with the Colts too. So he had.
But
was he
considered a
#1
bust.
pick?
Yeah, I think, and then that was it though. He had a couple seasons there, one there, and he was done.
Yeah.
Will
He
you
was
get
out of
any?
league.
I found a couple.
I got one. Russell Erxleben. He was first round draft pick, 11th overall in the 1979 draft.
Oh,
That's funny.
I mean,
Go
I got
ahead.
Klingler. We mentioned him. I was just looking at 16 touchdowns, 22 interceptions. First overall pick.
One guy I saw when I did some Google searching was Steve Spurrier.
Mm.
Was a bust.
Yeah.
He went
I
to the
saw that too.
49ers.
Yeah,
right?
that's true. This
Yeah.
one has Courtney Brown, but I don't see him as. Well, I mean,
He was the #1 pick.
He was the #1 pick.
He did what? Really?
Defensive tackle, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he still had like whatever 19 sacks in his career.
Penn State, right?
Yeah, that was
Yep.
the great Penn State. Who was the other guy that was there? There was the two great players at Penn State.
Who you just mentioned?
Defensive players you're talking?
Yeah.
Haynesworth.
No,
No,
but
Haynes.
He was
Michael
a lot-
Haynes played for the Bears. Michael Haynes it was.
That's not who I was thinking of.
But Michael Haynes, I believe.
I'm thinking of Arrington, LeVar Arrington.
LeVar Arrington.
Him
yeah.
and Courtney Brown were there.
Yes.
They went like
I
one.
think
and
Michael
three.
Haynes might have been there too. He
They-
might have been
he
younger.
might have been.
He might have been younger.
But I think Brown went 1. Arrington went 3. Arrington had a decent
and I believe
career.
the Bears drafted Michael Haynes.
Maybe.
I,
I
don't know if
do
there's-
remember that name. There was the 3 great.
Yeah, but
on the line.
Arrington was good.
Yeah, Arrington ended up having
Arrington had a good NFL.
But Brown
career.
was
It wasn't
Brown was a
terrible.
bust.
No, Brown. Yeah, Brown was.
And wasn't let's see, they were at Penn State. I think that draft
Haynes.
actually
Haynes was there. Yeah. So they were all together. That defense had
Haynes was there. Okay.
Yeah. How'd they not win everything?
What-
They
was-
may
I
have
don't
done
know.
well.
I
that
lost
year,
my
yeah.
I got 2
train
more.
of thought. Go ahead.
Both OSU guys, Art Schlichter and Archie Griffin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Archie won 2
Archie
Heismans.
Griffin, 2 Heismans. Yeah.
Two
I sat
Heismans,
next
yeah.
to him at a basketball game once.
Yeah.
And you would not believe the people just. I was like, I'm sitting next to Archie, and nobody really seems to care. At halftime, people came down like it was church at the game, just like Archie, just like it was like he had an assembly line, like he was giving communion. Like people just respected him so much. But yeah, he never panned out. In
Great
the NFL.
college career.
Did you guys share a bucket of popcorn?
No, he just. Oh no!
I got one more to add.
Go ahead,
Maurice Claret.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, no, you just pick on those Buckeyes, don't you?
Dude, it's so easy.
Steve Entman, number 1 overall.
Steve
pick.
Entman,
That's another one.
David Carr.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. Any other?
Hop through Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah, Heath Schuler.
That's there.
Yeah, Heath Schuler.
I think we mentioned him. Todd Blackledge. Did we mention him?
Yeah, Blackledge, but he was he was okay though. He was on a tough class though.
Yeah.
I mean, not when you're behind. I mean, with Kelly and Marino and Elway
29 starts, 29 touchdowns, 38 picks. Oh,
Todd Blackledge. Yeah, good analyst though.
Yeah,
Mike Mamula.
Mike Mamula. Yeah, another good one. Yeah.
Remember he did so well at the combine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you mention your? Russell Exlerbean? That one.
That's what I said.
He was a kicker.
Right. I said that. Did I stutter?
I missed that. I missed the kicker
And
part. I was
he's a
like,
bust. He was a kicker.
he was the 11th pick overall.
Yeah.
As a kicker.
Wow.
That's what. Oh, sorry. I missed
he wasn't
the
a good kicker.
What year was that?
1979.
Different times though. Different times.
Yeah, I was following that. Who was the one kicker that won MVP, or was he a punter? Mosley.
He was a kicker.
He was a kicker.
Mark Mosley.
So it kind of followed that era.
right, yeah.
Everybody was taking him in the first round.
No, he was like 83 though, or something, wasn't he? Mark Mosley, 80s.
Yeah, he was the 80s, but
they were trying.
Erxleben, he was like, I think he
was a good cue player though.
Andre Wadsworth.
Yeah, that's
from
another
Cardinals.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Yeah, there's a ton of busts.
Bob Pettit put Manti Te'o. That's not good. One. He was picked pretty high.
Catfish.
Yeah, that was the catfish guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he played a little bit all over, but he played with the Bears last year actually.
I do have a Minnesota Viking, Troy Williamson.
That's Hop named that as his
really?
team's
did you?
bad
Okay.
pick.
Good
yeah.
for you. Good for you, Hop.
Yep.
Way to own it.
How about this guy? I don't know where he played, but Vern Golston.
Oh, Vernon Golston. He was a Buckeye.
That's why I said it.
Yeah, he went to the Jets. He was
Vernon Golston.
Yeah, it was a top 5 pick.
He wasn't. Was he?
He was sixth overall.
He wasn't
Sixth
that
overall.
bad, was he though?
Yeah, he was pretty bad.
Oh.
Well, I mean, he just never did what you thought he would.
5 starts in his career.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different guy. There's another Golston, wasn't there, or something like that?
Yeah, there's
Vernon. Here's a name I just want to say because it's a fun name to say. Jay Burwanger.
That is a funny name.
That's what she said.
Hit the
First
Berwanger
overall
button.
pick of the 1936 NFL draft from Chicago.
Oh, do you remember that, Willie?
Yeah, I do.
Willie stayed up late for that one.
I shined his leather helmet for him.
Jesus,
You got
Christ.
some oil, a little oil.
Shined his helmet.
That's what she said.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
I should have
God.
been, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
No, that's
Okay, so we're gonna do a lot more in the draft. Obviously, on Thursday night we have our live draft show. So tune in with us, please. Skip the big guys and sit with us. We don't know anything, but we'll be.
You know what
way
they're going
more
to say.
entertaining.
You don't have any idea
Yeah,
what we're going to say.
We may just laugh at these picks out loud. I don't know. So real quick, you may see Robert Gronkowski catch a football at a helicopter at 600 feet at Arizona State practice or Arizona practice.
I didn't see it, but it's a world's record.
Him and
huh?
Teddy Bruschi were coaching each team in the spring game, and yeah, it was something interesting. Jenny said to share with the show, so I shared it. So there you go.
There it is.
I know anything you guys got to bring. Oh, Ed, you know what? Ed brought baseball cards with him tonight.
Oh yeah,
An old box
yeah.
of baseball cards. We're gonna open a pack tonight.
So I got an unopened wax box from 88 Don Russ.
Oh
my God,
Is there gum in there?
Wait, aren't these
No
worth
gum.
a ton of money?
Don Russ. Yeah, no.
So we're each gonna open one.
2 today.
Okay,
Is
two.
there's no gum?
Oh, you throw one to Scott there.
2 each. Okay, we're gonna open 2 each, and everybody gets anything good.
Yeah, we got to call out what's good here because it's 1988. We could get a Glavin rookie, or there's a lot of rated rookies in here.
A Doug Lavin or Glanville?
Doug Glanville too. I don't know. Yeah, he'd be later.
What's this white powder?
I got a piece of a puzzle.
Oh, it's who is that? Stan
Yeah,
Musial?
there's
I didn't even look.
We could save them all, put the puzzle together.
There you go.
Yep, Stan Musial puzzle. Yeah, we'll make a puzzle this time.
Let's see.
I got Wally Backman. A friend of mine was traded for him.
Brian Downing, Jack Clark.
Oh, I met Jack Clark. He's awesome.
Julio Franco. It's a
Jack,
Diamond King.
Jack Clark.
Hey.
Oh, you got a Glavin rookie right off the bat.
way.
Whoa.
What's it worth? What's it
They
worth?
paid for the box. box.
Dan Quisenberry I got over here.
Hey, look at this one, Willie.
It's what is it? Who is it?
Alan Trammell.
Alan Trammell.
Holy cow.
Greg Brock. Ken Griffey.
I can top Alan Trammell. I got a Rob Deere.
I got Frank DePino, ex-Cub.
Bob Ojeda.
No one. Jose Canseco.
And Glenn Braggs. That might be a rookie card.
You got
too.
McGuire.
That's a Glenn Braggs rookie. Oh, McGuire. That's a good one.
It's not a rookie, but
Second
I got
year.
Ozzie Smith.
I got Bob Denier. Case closed.
I got a Tim Belcher rookie.
Oh, nice. I got garbage.
Two players I've heard of: Trammell and Smith. Ozzie Smith.
Ozzie.
He doesn't know what's good or not.
No, that's true. You might want to go through them. Oh, we got a second pack.
Yeah, you got to do both packs here.
Where's my puzzle? Oh, we don't know.
We're getting there on the puzzle. I don't know. We got the whole head or something there.
What year is this again?
88.
Oh, I got Sandberg. Not a rookie.
Yeah, but that's still, I mean.
That is worth
Yeah, Billy
7
Ripken.
cents. It's not graded.
Here's one. Glenn would love this one.
Matt Hops of their garbage packs.
Yeah, they are pretty much. Ivan Calderon.
Ray Knight.
John Candelera.
Yeah, I got a rated rookie finally. Have you got any?
Oh, Mr. Lopez, Ray Knight.
Oh, I like that. Kurt Manwaring.
Billy Schrader.
Wild Thing. Might be his rookie too.
You got your wild thing right here.
I think it might be
For those
second
people
year.
who like to listen to noises.
Oh
you open it.
my God, Jack freaking Morris.
You got Jack
Yeah,
Morris.
Jack Morris.
Nice. I got nothing.
Pedro Guerrero.
Hmm.
Was that
Oh, that's a nice one. I got a Lance McCullers. Ever tell you a story about Lance McCullers? Well, that's his dad.
this guy here is
Who's
dead.
McCullers now? And
Lance.
It's Lance Jr.
Yeah. I think his name's Lance. But yeah.
There's mine. There's my.
So,
Oh my God, Jeff Hamilton. So this guy played high school baseball with my brother.
yeah.
Oh,
Are we putting the puzzle together tonight?
yeah, sure.
Well, we got a ways to go. We're not going
Hey, tell a story about the guy that wrote the story you read.
I did.
I was listening.
You were listening.
I was daydreaming.
Yeah. So yeah, Brendan Savage. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Writes for M Live still. Yes. Used to write for the Flint Journal back in the day.
The Flint Journal.
Flint Journal. Hey, look at that. Willie Wilson.
Oh, man. These are some good cards. I don't know what Hop's talking about.
Glenn says, good show, guys, but it feels like something's missing tonight. Huh?
It is.
I don't notice anything.
It's your tan lines.
Yeah, we want to see your tan lines. You know, you were a banana ham, a plantain hammock.
Who's
Plantain.
Glenn? Who's Glenn Hanneman?
That's great.
Glenn. I got okay.
Yeah, Glenn.
Oh,
That guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that guy.
I like that guy. That's draft time, baby.
Yeah, it's
Look
Travis.
at that. I got a little diamond.
Oh, yeah. We have
Cal
little John
Ripken
Gruden
Jr.
stuff.
John Gruden. Maybe some whatever the hell.
Little Will
Lloyd,
Clark.
Yeah, Lloyd Christmas over
Lloyd
here.
Christmas
Yeah, wait,
or-
what's your who your impression you do?
Christopher Lloyd.
I'm telling you what. I don't know what's going on here. What the hell? What year am I in?
Yeah, that's got to come out during the draft.
We might have a puzzle made.
Hopefully,
here
it's the
in 2
only thing that
weeks.
comes out during the draft.
So any are we good to the cards? Everybody through them yet? Or will we still going through?
We could probably.
No, well any
We could probably shut down the show.
any
and go
random
through 'em.
random thoughts, guys, from today?
Oh,
Any topics you want to bring up? Anybody that's listening want any topics you want us to talk about real quick? About 10 minutes here, if we need to. And anything, ask us anything, and we'll give you an answer
Yeah,
that we
somebody
believe.
ask us.
What
something.
about Simone Biles ditching Nike?
Yeah, that's interesting. She going to Athletica, and I found it funny because when we talked about it before the show, it's funny how she may be leaving for different reasons. But I heard a couple, like Kobe Bryant's family is leaving, also his estate.
Yes.
Like, I don't know why they're leaving or whatever, but Nike in the last 3 years has strived to become, I guess, more woke, if you could say, and now people are just leaving them kind of in a lurch, which it could be for different reasons, obviously, or whatever. But the one thing is that I think these companies will learn eventually that companies aren't people. So companies shouldn't have an opinion, right? People can have their own opinion when they're at work, just as we do, such as the owner of, if Phil Knight wants to write something it shouldn't be on Nike letterhead. Those companies, I work for a company and we don't put out anything about anything because we're a company. Companies aren't people. They have no feelings, companies. And that's the way I feel. They should just
Yeah,
companies
they should model themselves like a small business does
to sell,
like what you just said. And any company that I've worked for has that same thing. We're not going to get into politics. We're not going to talk about this. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to take care of our business.
Yeah.
And it's just like the LeBron thing and being a billionaire and living in a different reality. You know, these companies are so large that they're
just like Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly. Just like Hollywood.
Mhm.
Exactly. So they've lost their way.
Bob Pettit asks us, how far do we think the Bucks are going to go?
Bob, they're going to go all the way.
I think they are going to be, depends. If they get stuck in the second or third seed, I believe they're knocked out in the second round this year. Just because I think if the Nets play all healthy and they're there, the Bucks just can't. Their defense sometimes just freaks me out. I don't know. Not that anyone else plays great defense, but anything can happen though. I want them to win, obviously. I'm not rooting against them, but
I think they play good defense other than the three ball.
Yeah, and it depends what happens next few weeks. Someone could get hurt. I mean, who knows? What's Durant's hurt right now? Hamstring. Who knows? That could be.
The Nets are infinitely hurt.
Yeah,
but they're just always hurt.
When
Harden's got some serious stuff going on.
When playoffs come, these guys all. But you know, you're right. Harden is a little. Yeah, so we'll see.
Will they? I mean, Durant. I mean, a couple of years ago wasn't there for the Warriors.
Did you guys see the guy last night? I believe for the Magic that had the open fracture in his ankle and and it was bleeding on the court.
I'm glad I missed that.
Yeah,
I can't handle stuff like
Jeff
that.
Jankowski said Bucks in 6.
Thank you, Jeff.
Hop says, how far do the Devil Rays go? Hop, it's April.
Too early.
Jeez.
I'm gonna say they make it to the end of the season. And you know what? Do you think they make the playoffs? Do you pick them to make the playoffs, right? The Devil Rays?
Yeah, I picked them to go back to
Or the Rays. They're not Devil Rays, they're Rays now.
It's 8-7 Atlanta in the 8th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you're telling me we got a chance?
We do. It's the gummy.
The Rays just brought up Louis Patino. So I mean, they got so much pitching. They're pretty crazy.
Bob had answered hot further than the Twins.
Good point.
What else? Mike Mulliner says, talk about your golf game to me. It's incredible.
Did the league start?
It's real and spectacular.
No, we start next Wednesday.
Oh,
tomorrow night. This week I got my bowling banquet.
Oh, nice.
I finished the year strong. Couple of 700 and 690, so I felt good.
Wonderful.
So, it is what it is. Team did okay. We got to the semifinals, so we had a good year. If anybody cares, I don't know.
Dude, can we talk about dart ball now?
Yeah. Well, see, that's the first time I talk about bowling all year. So
is dart ball season over?
It is finally. Yes, it is. It is over.
Yeah.
Now it's Coob.
It's Coob season.
Hey, next week,
rousing game.
If it's decent weather, we're playing the front yard.
Screw that. Let's play now.
We could.
So it'll be nice tomorrow.
I didn't bring it. I can stop over tomorrow afternoon or do you have like baseball tomorrow or something like that? We show up.
It actually is the opening day is tomorrow night for Logan.
Are you coaching?
I am not this year.
Oh, they'll probably do good then.
Oh, probably will.
Jeez.
Probably will. I mean, we lost the championship last year.
Were you a coach?
I was an assistant. Yeah.
Man.
I stepped.
I came and watched that game.
Hey, he stepped down or did he get fired?
Did he throw the bag at the feet of some parent?
No,
I saw that happen one time at a Little League. You guys wouldn't have believed it. Scott, do you remember this? Yeah.
Vaguely.
Yeah.
Vaguely remember
this coach. This coach was on fire and he just threw the bag at a parent's foot. Said, "You coach the team."
Yeah. Sounds like something Scott
she
would
didn't
do.
want to coach, I guess.
Yeah. She must not have had a bag of balls or the right equipment or something. I don't know.
He said balls.
Hop said every coach
did say balls.
should parents are assholes. Every coach should parents are assholes. Must be Winona State writing. I don't know.
Jesus. Sounds like our president.
Too many seltzers for Hop.
Seltzers, a little Coors.
Hey, put the black cherry down.
Jeez.
And the seltzer.
And the seltzer. On that note, you have been listening to the Basement Benchwarmers podcast.
So anything else, guys, before we get out of here tonight? Anything else? Anything interesting? Anything?
Hey,
I know Ed's got stuff all the
Do
time.
you have a Florida and Ohio for us? At least
Not
one?
today. I don't have one today.
God damn it.
Not a good week for that.
I'm saving up.
You want to go off the reservation?
Yeah,
here?
let's go.
When you were a teenager, what regular movie did you consider great spanking material?
What the hell?
Just like normal movies that you would see, I'll start you out like Fast Times at Ridgemont High when she comes out of the pool.
Phoebe Cates.
Yeah.
Phoebe
One of the
Cates.
greatest scenes ever. You guys can't think of any?
Probably Brokeback Mountain.
How about Porky's?
You like Porky's?
Kim Cattrall. Oh,
okay.
What are you doing, Eric?
How about like
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
the Little Mermaid? Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
The
got
Apple Dumpling Gang.
Time to move on to Ted Lasso.
The Parent
We're
Trap.
done.
The one with Lindsay Lohan, of course. I'm not weird. Basic Instinct. How about Wild Things? Remember
Oh,
that?
yeah.
The two
Oh,
girls
yeah.
making out. The
Oh,
two
yeah.
hot chicks in
I
the
remember that
pool.
movie.
Denise Richards
and
and
Charlie Sheen's wife, and then who's that?
Oh,
What's
Naomi
her name
Campbell.
from Party of
Naomi,
Five?
Naomi
Nev
Campbell.
Campbell,
Nev Campbell.
Nev Campbell. Nev Campbell
Naomi
from Party
is
5.
The model. Yeah,
Party
she's the
5.
model. Yeah.
Mind blown.
Okay. You got another-
Varsity Blues.
You got another one?
Varsity Blues with the
Let's move
whipped
on.
cream.
Allie.
This is a weird question.
We're
It's creepy.
losing. We're losing.
How about
Actually,
how
No,
about
we gained when I
we
said.
gained.
how about Lion King?
You guys just don't take it seriously.
Hakuna
These are
Matata.
serious questions.
Okay, next one I'll take care of this. Let's do it.
All right. I watched a show about Pompeii, where they unearthed all those people frozen in time. Like, just if 1,000 years from now, some archaeologists dug up Chicago, what buildings would they be amazed by?
Portillo's.
I have that.
Yeah.
I thought it, I figured like McDonald's are like, oh man, this must be like the, like somewhere where people congregate.
Soldier Field. They had spaceships back then.
Yeah, like a spaceship. There's a lo-
Cheeseburger, no Pepsi.
I don't know if that's a building though.
It
There's
is.
multiple. Well,
They have
the
two.
They have
original
two.
one's underground.
They have one on
Yes,
Lower
I know.
Wacker and the one right by
Yeah.
United Center.
Did you say whacker?
That's what she said.
Can you imagine if they dug up that bean? They'd be like, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just thinking about this. I'm
How
sitting
about
there
the
watching.
Ferris wheel at
Yeah,
Pier?
1,000 years from now, they might not know what a Ferris wheel.
Hop says Rainforest Cafe.
Yeah, there's scary.
What else? I can't think of anything else. Chicago.
Yeah, Bob Pettit agree with me. Wild Things. I like that guy.
Oh,
This guy.
I like
This
that
guy.
guy.
Oh yeah, I wrecked like 3 pairs of
Pettit.
socks on that movie.
He wrecked the back seat of.
Shauna. You wrecked Shauna's back
Sorry.
seat.
All right, so I didn't want to go there, Willie. Sorry.
Hey, nothing
We've
wrong with
all
that.
been there, but sorry, Shauna.
We've all been
Sorry,
there.
Shauna.
I thought like White Castle too. They dig this up and it's like, oh, that's where the president lived.
Hey,
The White Castle.
They had King Arthur too.
That grill stinks. It smells like onions.
I live like a king. Look at that.
And he had burgers and a castle. Awesome.
Seriously.
And they were square with holes in them.
It's genius. They didn't eat a lot back then. Look at how small those burgers are.
Those any other? Come on, this is good. One more. Give us one more.
Oh, I don't even know what I have left now.
That's got like 87 things in there.
I got tons of stuff. Now I'm getting really way down here.
87, he's way down already.
I'm down. Sorry. Yeah, I'm. Oh, the only thing I saw. I was watching another show. I did watch a lot of shows this weekend,
Someone wants to show us this.
and it was all about plastics in the ocean. There's plastic everywhere, supposedly. Where the hell is Bill Gates and all his money? They couldn't, like, help out and donate some money to maybe buy garbage trucks for these countries that keep throwing all the plastic in the ocean.
We have to use paper straws though.
Teach them how to dig a hole.
Good point. Hey Glenn, how are you?
He is going to shade the sun, though. Bill
Oh,
Gates.
one more. Well, we're just sitting here. Glenn will like this one. The best Canadian rock bands ever.
Oh, easy.
Granny ladies.
Rush.
Loverboy. Oh, geez, you got all my good ones. All right.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. It's done.
We're done.
No,
There's
there's
the
more.
list.
Anne Murray.
What about
The Guess Who?
Celine Dion.
Yeah, the Guess Who?
Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah, she's Canadian.
Canadian?
Justin Bieber.
Drake.
There's not a Drake.
We don't talk about Drake
Drake's
around here.
Canadian.
No.
Yeah.
Drake is banned from
Drake's
this
like
band.
LeBron. Drake and LeBron are banned.
Nickelback was brought up.
Wow.
Hot.
Oh yeah.
That's a good thing.
Oh, there's one
Wasn't
more.
Avril Lavigne from Canada?
Yeah,
She was.
She's from Quebec.
Skater Boy?
Oh, I got one more.
How
I
about
can't
Sum
like
41? They might have been Canadian too. They may be.
this.
Not sure.
There's not a lot. I mean, we can almost name them all.
Supertramp.
Yeah, Supertramp.
Supertramp. Yeah.
Oh, God, there's another band.
Hold on, let me put it on. It's 8-track.
I'm gonna bring that in one of these days.
The
my 8-track
mixtape?
player.
Did you guys say Rush, the greatest?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rush.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
that came up right away.
Top of the list.
No,
Oh, there's-
actually, it was
oh,
at the
uh,
Redneck Ladies.
The band.
Oh, Robin Thicke. Someone said Shania Twain.
Robbie Robertson and the band. They were Canadian.
Alan Thicke.
Robin Thicke. Alan Thicke. Alan Thicke was on Growing Pains. Great show.
Yes.
Oh,
rest in peace.
Oh shit! What the hell?
He said Alan
the
Thicke.
Tragically Hip. You guys don't know them though, do you?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Well,
Yeah, they're
how
a
about
great Canadian band.
Bryan Adams.
Oh yeah, Bryan Adams.
Cuts like a knife.
Dude, this is going on way too long. I didn't think there was many good Canadian bands. I'm gonna
Well,
be
they're
honest.
not all good.
It could have been a snake.
Yeah,
draft.
it's a
It could
good
have been a
point.
snake draft. Way to ruin it.
Yeah,
Taking care of business
every day.
Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Yes, they are.
BTO.
There's probably a couple more in there somewhere. Willie,
Couple two.
I got
we're running out.
April Wine.
April Wine.
Yeah.
So it could have been all right. That's right. Is that the
Yes,
one?
yes.
Like that's the only song I think.
And then the only Simple Plan. I don't remember those guys.
Simple Plan. Yeah, they're a younger band too.
Yeah.
Is Sum 41 one of them too?
Yes, yeah.
Sum 41 is one.
Triumph.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Simple Plan. It's funny
Lay it
'cause
on the line.
Simple Plan and Sum 41 are kind
Arcade
of like
Fire.
Arcade Fire. Yeah.
Yeah,
they had a
that's that
couple
one
songs.
song. It's
Yeah.
on my iPod when I run.
Arcade Fire does.
Just that one song. What's that one?
Yeah. What is the name of that?
Oh, 3 Days Grace.
No,
All three
it's
has
Scott
Grace.
Lee,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, them.
Cowboy Junkies.
Yeah, Cowboy
Yeah.
Junkies are all right.
There we go.
Holy
Steppenwolf.
Oh, I
don't
like me some
I don't
Steppenwolf.
think they're from Canada.
That's right here.
John Kay is from Canada. That guy was
Well,
like
the
from
one
Germany.
roadie is.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
It's- what's the
They
qualification?
ate lots of
here?
poutine. So and French fries with
and
gravy.
Oh.
and poontang. And poontang.
Canada, eh? Almost made it.
Neil Young, right?
Yeah, Neil Young is a Canadian.
Corey Hart.
Oh,
He wore
dark
sunglasses at
sunglasses,
night.
Yeah.
He had a lot of good songs. One.
Holy cow! I didn't know there were this many Canadian bands.
The
Period.
band.
Yeah, I said that. Robbie
Right.
Robertson.
Joni Mitchell.
No, I didn't say
No
that.
shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she said she started writing albums just so she could buy smokes.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's like
Hey,
true story.
makes sense.
Yeah, she couldn't afford them.
You
so
need
she-
something, you do something.
Yep.
So does this guy
Capitalist.
have any stories to tell us about Punta Cana?
Lots of rum. I forgot most of what we did there.
Did you like it there?
Did you bring any
I
back?
loved it there. Yeah.
Any duty free rum?
I did bring some back.
He said duty.
What do you get there? What kinds? You
I
get
said booty
not
free.
that Appleton stuff, right?
No. Starts with a C. I forgot already.
Oh, Appleton Estate.
No.
That's the one you're talking about.
Is that the rum?
Yeah.
You get it
That's
in like
a
Jamaica all the
That's a
time.
Jamaica
Yeah.
No, it was a good time.
Starts with a C. Captain Morgan. Sounds fancy.
Hey,
He was
Glenn,
a captain.
Glenn, you know, when we asked you to see your tan lines, we didn't expect you to walk in here with your banana hammock on, for Christ's sake.
Jesus.
Jesus.
I know
So
you wanted
Pete
to see
took
it.
that
A
towel
lot of
off.
empty space in that thing.
Oh, that's where I keep my golf balls too.
It was a bit. It was a,
I heard whistling. I didn't know where it was coming from.
it was a busy week for him.
That's awesome.
So our trip was fun though.
Oh, it was great.
Cuevas.
Something like that. Yeah.
I know it's that. I'm a smart guy.
Bob. Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, Bob.
And so Mama Wana is a drink there, and it's made with like the bark of this tree, and you mix rum, red wine, and honey with it, and you let it soak, and it's supposed to bring out the life in you. They call it like the what's the blue pill? I'm forgetting.
It'll give you a boner.
Viagra, yeah,
That's what I was
so
gonna ask you.
Viagra,
Give you
yeah,
a boner.
yeah. Supposedly, it didn't work.
I wasn't even gonna ask.
We heard.
Yeah, that was.
He said it didn't work. Cricket.
That was all over the Twitter sphere.
And he posted a lot of memes that with a lot of stuff sagging.
Just so you know, your wife has a few burner accounts.
Just an old rotten banana. Just hanging.
That's her. That's the
That palm
avatar.
tree
That's
looks-
her avatar.
That palm tree looks dead.
Did a hurricane blow that thing, or what the hell happened?
Looks like it's been uprooted.
Oh.
Good to have you back, Glenn.
Hey.
Okay, well, since we found out Ed didn't, Ed too, Glenn didn't have a boner.
That should be a wrap, then, I think. Yeah.
So, Ed, let me do this real quick, and then we'll go through closing thoughts. You're listening to the Basement Benchwarmers podcast. Check us out on Facebook at Basement Benchwarmers, also on Instagram at Basement Benchwarmers, and on Twitter at Base Benchwarmers, and our email is basementbenchwarmers@gmail.com. So we'll wrap this up for the night. Basement Benchwarmers, real quick, on the table. Any closing thoughts? We'll start with you since you just walked in. Any closing thoughts tonight?
No, none. I'm jet lagged like crazy right now. It was
He's got too much bark juice in him.
Was it like
He's so
sounds like Malort almost.
That's what I'm saying.
Wormwood.
he drank so much rum that he thought maybe we're restarting Ted Lasso. That's the light came over, right?
yeah. Season 2, right? Oh, wait,
Yeah.
we're a little early.
We're on 3. Actually.
Willie, anything?
Um,
Oh, he doesn't talk about no dart ball left. So you can't tell. Oh,
I got
just-
nothing
It
to
was
talk
like
about
his,
here.
it was like his opening when he went,
Hey, no, hey. Tomorrow, if it's it's supposed to be warm out tomorrow. Anybody down for a game of Coob?
Depends what time.
What's a good time for you, my
It's got to
friend?
be after 6.
I'm scheduling
It's
colonoscopy
too late
because you asked.
Okay, all right.
Or if we can do it at noon, like in the middle of the
nooner.
Yeah, I'm not
A
planning on
nooner.
going into work tomorrow after this shit show.
He's gonna show his face.
Don't put this on the internet yet.
And Eric, how about you? Any closing thoughts?
Well,
That sounds good, Eric. No, I'm just kidding. Any closing thoughts, Eric?
that's pretty much what I was thinking. I wanted to talk about the Marquee Network, and there it is, right there. So, no, I mean, I'm looking forward to the draft, and I don't know if you announced it to everybody. We're doing a draft special, and I want to go through the draft stimulator and get that all sorted out.
It's called Simulator.
Oh, a simulator. Okay. And once I get that rolling, Scotty, we're going to talk about the draft. No, looking forward to that. So
I was actually going to ask you guys for a little help because I know you guys have investments and everything, and I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket, but I have $100, and I'm thinking I'm either going to put it all in Bitcoin, or I'm betting the over that NFL players will kill 15 people this year. I don't know which way is the best way to double that money, but
well,
you need a crickets on here.
we'll put together a plan, and we'll get back to you.
We'll whiteboard it for you next week.
I don't know. It seems like
So at the current weight last year, what happened? And
You gotta see who's drafted first.
I like these,
Maurice Claret.
it'd be like, I like these 13 guys, to maybe murder somebody.
Jeez.
Okay, well, that was nice and refreshing. So anyway, guys, once again, thank you to Eric, Ed, Willie, and Glenn for stopping in after your vacation away in Punta Cana. You said correct?
Punta Cana.
Punta.
That sounds nice.
That means can of butt.
Can of butt. Was it really?
Yeah, something like that. No, is that what it means?
It means point. The island where the palm tree, the name is Kana, is the tree.
Okay, agree to disagree.
It means
A whale's vagina.
It means flaccid Glen.
I don't think that's what it means. I mean,
Flaccid Glen, or
yeah, that too. My Latino guys have been calling me Punta Cana all year.
That's pinche.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm getting it wrong here. Diablo Blanco. I think they call me that one too. I don't know what that.
Crazy
I think
white
that's
guy.
like for the boss.
Yeah, that's it, Ed.
Okay.
That's it. So once again, we are Basement Benchwarmers podcast. Have a good week, and we'll see you Thursday night for the draft show 7:30. Or it's at 7 or 6:30. It'll be on somewhere around them. Check us out, and
way more interesting. You really think?
And for every time they play that, we have to drink a shot of Malort.
Oh yeah,
that'd be 32.
Yeah,
they play it every time.
Yeah,
I know.
Let's do it for a couple.
Who thinks he's special? Bob Pettit asked, "What jerseys are we wearing Thursday for the draft special?"
I don't have any.
I'm trying to think. I'm gonna wear. I'll probably wear a bear one. Oh, what team guy? I want to say probably Urlacher. I'll wear Urlacher.
All right. I don't have one, so I'll wear like a Fiji soccer or whatever I got. Rugby shirt.
I'm wearing a Barry Sanders throwback.
Nice.
If it was the second round, I'd wear Favre, but I guess I have to wear Rodgers because we're just doing the first.
Or
round.
Jordan Love.
Yeah. And guys, please tune in to us because
do you have a Jordan Love jersey?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's on special order.
Yeah.
I thought you were serious. I'm like, what?
Who's Jordan Love?
I think people should tune into us because you're never going to hear Mel Kiper talk about a flaccid penis on ESPN.
You did give me the nickname Little Meat Stick. So I mean,
Oh, you heard that?
I got to live up to it.
Oopsie.
Wow.
That was his rap nickname.
Now it's Little Soft Meat Stick.
You almost spit take that one. Yeah, I got bowling, so I'll miss that one.
Oh, okay. Okay,
I
well,
got 2 weeks left. So.
All right,
Okay.
stick.
okay, well, all right. Well, more talk about Glenn then. Good for us.
Lucky us.
I never thought you'd hear that all the way down there.
Oh.
That internet gets everywhere, doesn't it?
The interwebs.
The tweeter.
Right by the pool, you listen, right?
No.
Oh, you should have.
He was behind a dumpster somewhere listening.
He's like,
So
honey,
no one else would hear.
honey, I could catch up on all the podcasts.
He's like this. Why isn't this bar working? clutching his cup. He actually ate the bark at one point.
Straight from the bottle in a brown bag.
You're chewing on. You go in front of. You're just chewing on the bark. What the hell are you doing? It's like he's in heat, rubbing against it. Jesus.
Wow.
Wow, Glenn. I'm glad you're back.
Drawing a picture.
So anyway, we're the Basement Bench Warmers podcast. Thanks for listening, and stay classy, Wisconsin.